and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. As y'all know, we go live every Sunday noon Eastern Time to talk about the GOAT conversation and basketball in general. As you guys know what to do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. We are doing big things here in GOAT James Kingdom. We have another great show for you as the USA is actually in play right now. There's 6 seconds left to go in the first half. They're up 56-49 versus Serbia. They actually have the ball. It's been a very good game. KD is back, y'all. KD is back. But we here like usual every Sunday to talk the game. Today's show, we're gonna discuss the USA team, obviously, and is LeBron James in the top 10 current players? Where does he rank in the top 10 current players in the NBA today? So we're going to have that great conversation. Y'all know what it is. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We got our normal panel as usual. What up, B. Lee? What we got for them fellas today?
What's good? What's good? Hold up. Let me go grab my top 10. I left my phone on my counter. Give me a
Okay,
second.
all right. Look, he needs his phone.
So
He needs his phone for his top 10. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Shout out to y'all, King John and T Perfect in the building like usual. What's up, gentlemen? Y'all watching the game?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments already. We see you, Wayne Gant. We see everybody supporting the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Peace and blessings. Mr. Tim Nick, Mr. Zesty Jeffrey. Yes, we are watching the games. Who are you to tell us that we're not watching the games? You know damn well
Tim Nick's
we
in the
are
building.
watching. You know we are watching the games. What is wrong
you
with
know,
you?
some people don't have TVs and phones, so
Oh,
he's not able to do both.
oh,
He's not able to
that's
watch
sad.
TV while on his phone or a laptop.
Oh, that
No,
is
no,
so
no that's
sad.
not the issue.
That's all it is.
The
That's all it
actual
is.
issue, the actual issue is watching basketball. That's the actual issue. That's it. I mean, plain and simple. You can leave it there.
They don't watch the game.
No,
They
I
don't watch
mean,
They don't
basketball
have
at all.
access to watch games.
I would think they would be watching because LeBron's playing. You know, if the GOAT's playing, they watching. You know for sure they want to watch.
He's definitely watching. He's
Uh,
definitely watching.
exactly, exactly. But y'all know what's going on. We are going live also on our Facebook and also IG account. Shout out to everybody on IG. You know where to follow us at. We're right here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We're also on Discord as well, where we can discuss the games. For y'all that like to stay safe in the comments, come to Discord. Discord is a perfect place for y'all to be. But thank you for joining us again. It's another great Sunday as we're going to be talking about, obviously, LeBron James still being a top 10 player in the current NBA rankings. And then we're going to discuss some other things as well, as right now it is still 5 seconds left to go. I don't know what's going on in the game right now. It's been 5.2 seconds for the last 10 minutes. And it's 56-49. The USA is up with Kevin Durant's brilliance play. Let's just start with that. Brandon, you love some Kevin Durant. What do you think of Kevin Durant's play so far in this first half? You're on mute.
My bad. As he's playing just like I do, he'll play. He fits in anywhere. He's easy plug in, and he's playing with LeBron. So that's a dynamic duo, just like him and Steph. Having both of them on the wings is not fair, but this Olympics is different. This Olympics actually means the best players in the world this time. This is probably the first time that we can say these are the best players and this tournament matters. This is going to be the hardest Olympics to win. It's going to matter. Everyone, I know they want to talk about 92 and how they blew out everybody, but these players play versus the NBA players. They're not going to back down to them. They know how to play they know how to play basketball.
Mm-hmm. Facts,
There's many
facts.
players who do not get any minutes. You give them minutes, they're going to get 20 points. Like these players can score. It's not what people think it is. These players are talented. There's talented players on the bench who don't play. I remember watching Vince Carter when he's my second all time favorite player. But when he was playing, there was players on the bench who's better than him, but he was Vince Carter, so he had to play. So there's instances that better players are not playing all the time, and when they actually get in the game, like they're not backing down to these players. No one's backing down to Booker. No one's in the NBA afraid of Booker. No one overseas is afraid of Booker. Like these guys are great. We know we got LeBron, Steph, and KD. Like these guys are top notch, top 15 players of all time. But still, These players know how to play. They know how to move. They know how to shoot. They can handle the ball just as well as USA players. They've been growing up playing basketball just like everyone else in the world. This is nothing new other than casual fans who really don't know basketball. So this tournament is going to matter. This is going to be the most difficult tournament to win. And I think after this tournament, I don't know if the USA would ever will be favored to win a gold medal. To be honest with you, when are they going to have a star-studded Olympic team like this again? You see what they have now, and they're winning by 7 at halftime versus Serbia.
Well, they just hit a jump shot right now. Kevin Durant's on fire. He just hit a last second jump shot to end the half. So now it's 59-40, 49
KD is out
KD.
there.
So now the KD is on fire right now. He is on fire right now. What you watching the game, John? What do you think of the USA team so far today?
I mean, just think about the KD matchup. You can't put the best defender from your team on KD because he doesn't have the ball in his hand enough. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to put your best defender on somebody who got the ball enough. So you can't put him on KD. If you got Steph Curry out there, you want a great defender on him. And then, I mean, what do you do? KD is a mismatch in the NBA. Just think if you got a third or fourth defender on him in the world, he a hard defense. I mean, he become unguardable at times. And then when you playing against the world and you can't even put your first best defender, second best defender on him, I mean, he's not going to miss. You
That's
gotta
the thing.
pray. You got your game plan
Yeah.
is let's pray KD miss. That's the game plan. They came in and let's pray. Let's just
Mhm.
pray KD miss, and that's the game plan. And
See, just like I always said, like to me, it just I don't understand how Kevin Durant don't average 35 to 40 games because he's so unstoppable. He's so unstoppable, but as we can see, it's hard to do that in the NBA. I know they
well,
believe Jordan will average 40, 45, 50 points a game, but if someone like Kevin Durant, as we see year in and year out, how unguardable he is and he cannot do it, it's kind of hard to imagine someone else doing it.
he's so efficient with his shots. He don't feel like in his mind I need 25 shots to get what I need.
Yeah.
He in his head I can get what I need in below 20 shots because I'm efficient. I could do this at any time I want to. It's not too many people who can block my shot. I mean,
Yeah. And you're not going to. Durant, I mean, nobody's going to average 40, 45 points a game today in today's NBA just because the amount of shots required to do that would go against probably any team's offensive scheme. I mean, you'll be a black hole. Like, unless you're even Luka, unless you're taking like 23, 24 shots a game, I think that's going to go down next season because they're probably going to get a couple more shooters. So he won't have to average that much. But yeah, and KD, I've always said he's the best scorer in NBA history, in my opinion, is because I think
Yeah, you have said that on
I
many
think he
occasions.
is. And like from a
You
field
said
goal
on many
perspective
occasions.
and consistently wise, I mean, from all that, like he's the biggest mismatch ever. He can score from all three levels at a high rate. So, I mean, obviously he's not the lead scorer, but I mean, if you take everything in consideration, it's tough to say who's better than him all time.
KD is the man. Hey, listen. Guys, on Friday Night Exposure, I had the lineup set up. I haven't seen none of my lineups on the floor yet. They started Stephen Curry and Booker for this game, but we did get the notification that KD was going to play this game. So they up 58-49, and it's really because of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is balling right now. I think he has 20 points right now. He's 6 for 6 from the 3-point line. He is
19, I
lighting,
think.
yeah, he's lighting it up right now. So they're definitely up all because of him. So shout out to Kevin Durant because he's definitely balling right now. But Kevin Durant has always been a great player. We all know he's been great. He averaged 27, 28 this past NBA season, right?
yeah,
27, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean that still shows you how great he is as a
that's
player.
the second option. That's the second option.
He,
Yeah.
he really is the second option in Phoenix due to his choice.
Yeah, it's a choice because he's
It's his
not like
choice.
he's not getting his points that he's going to get anyway. But he's by choice saying Booker
Yeah,
this your team and I'm the second option.
yeah. I
When you
think it's
average,
because he know
yeah,
he's gonna get his, and Booker needs to work to get his, so he just go ahead. Book. I'm gonna still get 27, 30 every game.
when your career averages are almost 50, 40, 90, it's ridiculous. and he played, what, like 20 years? No, I'm not 20 years, like 16, 17 years.
Yeah, 16,
It's like
17. Yeah.
best ever.
And he's inspired by the GOAT. So he's in his mind, he thinks he can play, and he can play like this for another 2 to 3 more years legitimately. He's a walking
I mean,
record.
it'll take some luck.
I mean, if he stay healthy, he could play like this for 4 years, but that's his only issue is his health. He gets this little nagging injuries.
If he does that, he'll get close to Kareem.
I think
he's already what, like 7? Yeah.
He'll definitely.
He has to play like at least 6 more years to get to Kareem because he has what 29, 28. He needs 10,000 points. He's not getting 2,000 points a season.
Not if he wants a ring.
In the next 4 years, he gets.
Even if he wants to, he cannot score that much. He hasn't been playing that much to score that much.
No, that's if he obviously, like you said, if he plays healthy. We said if he plays healthy and he plays 70 games, 65 to 70 games per season, the next 4 seasons.
2,000 points a season, that's a lot.
No, I know, but he can get close. He can get 1,700 average. So
he's the second option too. So.
That's why I said he needs at least 6 years.
At least 6 years.
Yeah.
He'll pass Kobe and Mike for sure.
Oh yeah, he should pass them. It's Kareem. That's just a lot of points Kareem scored, and Kevin Durant missed those years. He missed a lot of years due to being hurt.
Yeah,
and a lot of low seasons due to being hurt. So that's why he has to make up so much time.
Yeah, no one's ever passing LeBron. That's just he's a freak.
And you see LeBron start getting hurt towards the end of his career. So,
he's allowed to. If you're playing,
LeBron will have 43 by the time he finishes. He'll have about 43,000 points.
Yeah.
That'd be what, 2 years?
Because LeBron was on pace to pass Kareem before 2019, 2 years earlier. Then he actually passed.
Well, he passed Kareem in like 110 games less.
Yes, but I think he actually could have got a gap bigger than that if it wasn't for the injuries that started in 2019.
Yeah. So the games I don't think would have mattered, but the years maybe he was going to pass him in the same amount of games as just the years. He could have passed him in year 18 if he did get hurt a lot, but like right now, Kevin Durant has 1,061 games, so he has a lot to make up.
Yeah,
like 300 games.
He's played like him and Kareem. Like the reason they had the scoring title to begin with is because they had just such dominant stretches of being healthy, consistently, scoring insane amount of points and averages, and really not missing any time. And like it's going to be so hard to replicate for any other player. Like can you average 71 games a season for 17, 18 years? Like to even approach
you gotta come out the box running.
Yeah, Kareem was playing 80 plus every year.
Yeah, he dropped off the cliff though. Like when it was like 85, but still impressive no matter what. So
yeah,
very impressive.
For the GOATs.
38. Listen, but he definitely Kevin Durant's definitely going to reach the 30,000 club. So we'll have another player reaching the 30,000 club. So shout out to him. He got the USA ball. It's 58-49. USA is up versus Serbia. Kevin Durant hasn't missed a shot yet. He's 8 for 8 from the field, 19 points. Just dominating right now alone. This guy's.
Jokic will take over though. Don't worry.
Yeah. Jokic trying his best, but it ain't working right now. And my boy Jovic is playing too. Shout out to Nico Jovic. That's my boy there for the Miami Heat. He's showing up today. Bam's out there balling as well. But they got to get Stephen Curry off the floor and Booker, man. Those two guys, man, they play horrible defense, bro. They play horrible.
You have been on Steph this whole time on the USA team.
I have, bro,
you just don't want him out there. But LeBron wants him there. LeBron wants him there.
Yeah, of course.
But he just gives up too many layups.
No, you can't put him and
fouling people with threes.
Exactly. You can't put him and Booker on the floor at the same time unless you're down.
That's
and
true.
You need some shots. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't start the game
That's
off with
true.
those two guys. Like, that don't make no sense. So,
I,
you
I mean,
know,
it would be decent if they would just spot up and shoot, but
they got to play
Steph could
defense.
do that, but Booker, yeah, it's hard to have both of them on the floor at the same time, especially
Yeah.
now versus the Olympics. This is in the NBA it'd be fine. In the NBA it'd be fine, but not the Olympics is.
No, it's not.
I
Well, the
mean, this
tempo
is
basketball. Yeah.
this is a different type of basketball for them.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
It's
different.
crazy.
It's different. It's definitely different. They sometimes they probably forget that it's not an all-star game. Like, we're not just because we're all with each other playing like this is not an all-star game. This is a real game. Them guys over
No,
there balling.
no,
So you
they
see,
they figured out pretty quick because they be busting their ass. They figured it out real quick. Like this, they not.
South Sudan might have woke him up.
yeah,
Like,
They
we got
definitely woke them up.
to play. We got to play.
I mean, yeah, that was, and you saw they smacked Puerto Rico today.
I was just about to say that they smacked
I
Puerto
mean,
Rico.
yesterday.
yes, yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
like,
And Australia beat Spain. A lot of people think Spain because Spain has been good for a long time. Australia
but
beat the
they're
crap
yeah,
out
they're
of
just not
Spain.
the same. Like, I,
Yeah,
I know when we watched the game, we saw how good Sudan was, how long and athletic, how good the shooters they were, and everyone was just dogging them like they were just these bums who got close. Like people can't even sit and watch the game and evaluate it.
well, we know
I mean,
that.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah, we
With the
know
They
game,
that.
they just can't sit and evaluate it. I guess that's why they call LeBron a bum. So they can't
Yeah,
sit and evaluate
yeah.
things.
They refuse to watch. They probably won't even go back and watch the Dream Team play to see how horrible that is. We should do a show on that, watching them play against the bums
I'm pretty sure
1980 shooters.
most of the games should be available.
They
You would
should be.
defile
yeah,
those
I mean,
sacred
especially
texts.
around the Olympics. Yeah,
The
I
Yeah.
mean,
grainy films for 40 years ago.
I mean, just think that the original Dream Team had a game where they called no timeouts for the whole game, and you want to tell me the competition was great? They
No, they were
called
just that good.
no
Fuck you.
timeouts the whole game.
It's the media. They keep talking about it as well. The media keeps talking how great they were and this and that. Like the media is the problem for most of this crap. They keep trying to uplift the 90s and like call today's era trash. Like they cannot put their era and leave it in their era. They have to degrade this era. Why is the USA team not doing that? Well, for them to be this and that, they have to replicate what the 92 team did. Like, come on, just give it a break. Just
Nobody
give it a break.
with the
Exactly.
92 team because you can't replicate the time.
Yeah,
You can't.
just give it a break.
No.
But all right, so let's go ahead and start with this top 10. Let's just go all around. Like, let's do one, all the, who has one, and we can just go down the list. So my number one is Jokic. I still think he's the best player in NBA. Where you guys at?
So you want to start with number one?
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so go ahead, Travis. Well, who's your number one player? Still the best player in the NBA right now?
Easily LeBron. No, I have Jokic also. I mean, you let in basically dominate any way you want to look at it. I don't see how he's not number one.
Shout out to PTG, Holy Prophet JC. Thank you for becoming a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We appreciate you. Make sure you check out the perks as a GOAT James Kingdom member. And also reach out to us at goatjameskingdom@gmail.com or goatjameskingdomshow@gmail.com. That way we can register you in and we'll definitely take care of you. Thank you for joining the GOAT James Kingdom platform, sir. We're about to have some fun with these Justin Jeffries. All right, so you got
Hey.
Joker as well, Travis. All right,
Yes.
so Joker's number one. All right, so what about you, John? Who's your number one player right now, the best player in the league?
Giannis.
Giannis.
Okay.
I have
All right,
Giannis.
we got Giannis in there. I'm gonna go with Joker. Joker's definitely the best player. He's been the best player for a while, and I didn't see no reason to take the throne away from him. He's still the best player in the NBA. His all-around game is incredible. So I got
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number two is Giannis.
Same.
You guys the same? Giannis the same? Well,
Yeah.
who's number two for you, John?
Joker.
Joker.
What about you, Johnny?
Giannis is number two for me.
Giannis.
I got Giannis as the second best player in the league.
All right. My third is Luca.
Stop it. So is mine.
John.
What about you?
Luka. I mean, Luka could be number one if he played any effort type of defense. He could be number one, but
What about you, Johnny?
Yeah, no, I got Luka number 3 as well. I got Luka number 3
Okay.
as well.
All right. So everybody know the top 3 players are not even from the U.S.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's
That is
crazy.
crazy.
Doesn't
But they some
matter.
ballers though. But they some ballers. They are
Yeah.
some ballers. They are. They are.
You know what? I was just thinking about Tatum hasn't even got in the game yet. But all right. They ain't even got in the game yet.
And Matt, talk about that. The game has tipped off. The third quarter is on. As we speak right now, we got Curry, Booker, LeBron, Holiday, and Embiid on the floor. So that was the starting lineup. Again, it's 58-49, 9:56 to go. The USA is up against Serbia. Joker's out on the floor as well. Joker looking rough. Boy, he looked like he had a nice little vodka bench. Let's go ahead and continue the list then.
All right.
We got number
See,
4.
well, hold up. Let's answer this question for. Say he don't see why Jokic is number 1. Who wants to take this?
Easy.
Travis got it.
Well, it's like, okay, what's your criteria for ranking players these days? I mean, Joker clearly had the most measurable impact on his team from any way you want to do it. Like he let in VORP, win shares were 48. Again, just like obviously offensive win shares and defensive. I mean, so he's not the best defender. I'll give you that. But as far as just team impact from, again, offensive standpoint, he lifts his team so much higher. Like his team would be a lottery team without him, no doubt. If you replace it with almost anyone. I mean, if you replace it with Giannis, I still don't believe they're winning, as many games or going as far as they did. But Joker's
look at him as a bad defender because he's always in the right spot. I mean, no,
he's
not
the best passer in the league, and he's probably the best offensive player in the league. Like you can't.
New world, empty stats. There's no empty stats. That
Empty stats, bro.
He's the opposite of empty stats.
He's in the
opposite of empty stats. That's a ridiculous thing.
Legitimately, listen, Joker impacts the game more than anybody does. The fact that he's able to do, he probably created a new position. He's probably going to be called a point center from here on out because of Joker.
Just a bad take to say otherwise.
And the fact that he plays good defense on top of it. He's not an elite.
Yeah, that's what I was.
He's a good defender, though. He's not a bad. He's actually a good defender.
He's a good defender.
Joker.
Someone hacked New World account. They're just
bad
takes again.
Yeah, and
like
go ahead, Brandon.
So he's trying to say that Jamal Murray is the reason that Denver has been winning titles because how clutch he's been, but you have to have teammates to do something. Murray is a really good player. Like you can't just discredit him because of that.
If Murray was running around screens that were Bam Adebayo's or Anthony Davis, he would not be that effective. Trust me.
I don't know. Murray's pretty damn good.
Was it Murray carrying? Was it Murray carrying Joker last year when he had like the worst shooting series of his entire career versus the Lakers, and Jokic was just out there carrying that entire freaking team? No, Murray.
Joel Embiid is playing.
I can answer the question about Murray. I can answer the question about Murray. Game 2, Minnesota, Denver. Minnesota focused on Jamal Murray. That's who their focus was. If you want to know why it's not Jamal Murray, go watch that game and see the focus they put on Jamal Murray and see how frustrated he was after that game. You remember when he threw the stuff on the floor and everything. He was frustrated the whole game because they focused on Jamal Murray. They said, we're going to take you out the game first. And Jamal Murray, that's what's going to happen. If Joker's not there and Jamal Murray is the number one option, he's the main guy, what you saw Minnesota do is what most teams going to do to Jamal Murray. They're going to focus on him. Y'all don't realize being a number one option is a real thing. When teams focus is to stop you, that's a real thing. And you got to understand that. It's a difference in being a number one option and a number two option. It's a real difference.
Number one option, number two option. Joker's the man. That's what
I know. Joker is the man, and you have to
Joker
understand
is the man. Joker is the man. That number one option, number two option. He can be anything you want him to be. He's a transformer.
Yes.
The man is
he makes the game easier. He makes the game easier for Jamal Murray.
He makes it way easier for Jamal Murray. You focus on Jamal Murray because you really can't stop Joker.
I mean, Jamal Murray makes it easy for Jokic too. Like,
Yeah, he
this year.
does.
Jamal
He
Murray's a
does.
really
Jamal
good
Murray, don't
player.
get me wrong.
He's a
Jamal
really
Murray
good
is
He's a
player.
really good
I
player.
ain't doubt that.
He's a good player, but you know, but I don't know. I still think Joker is the best player in the NBA.
Oh,
So
Joker's the best player, but Jamal Murray's really good.
Yeah.
New World, when we put the link up New World, you'll get a chance to defend yourself. We'll let you come up here and take the shots that you want to take. We appreciate you. Shout out to you, Dante Reeves. Let's keep it
Yeah,
going.
that's a very
All right, all
broad
right, all
take.
right. So,
move on.
so let's go ahead with number 4. I got LeBron as number 4.
I was going to argue with you if you had anybody else. If the
Currently, right now, I think LeBron's number 4. He might be. Yeah, I think he's number 4 right now. I wouldn't say he higher.
Travis, number 4.
But you got Travis.
I got SGA.
SGA. That's nothing wrong with that. That's nothing wrong. In the season, he definitely was.
I can't be mad at SGA. If you got SGA number 4, I have no problem. But the first American on this list should be LeBron. But my number 4 is LeBron. I'm sorry. I mean, he's not number 4. But the first American on the list needs to be LeBron, and I have reasons why.
I'm gonna go with the light skinned boy, and I'm not talking about the short one. I'm talking about the other one, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was in my top 5 last year, and I don't see why he should be knocked out of it. He won an NBA champion. He played great basketball all year round. So I got Jason Tatum as the number 4 player in NBA right now. That's my number 4 guy, Jason Tatum. I don't see no reason to knock him out of my top 5.
Have you watched him play?
Of course, apparently not.
I mean, you haven't watched Jason Tatum play in the last 3 months.
What you mean? I've watched Boston play. I watched Boston. I'm the only East Coast guy here.
I mean, you saw the playoff run he had, right?
Yeah,
and you even watching him with this
fine.
this Team USA thing.
Yeah, obviously because Kerr's a horrible coach. He's not even. Come on, Kerr's horrible. He needs.
You don't blame it on Kerr.
Yeah, because he's not even giving him no minutes. I just watched Embiid just clothesline somebody. Another 15, 20 minutes went by because Joel Embiid is playing horrible defense out here.
Well,
I mean, Tatum should be in. To be honest with you, he should be in. But I don't think he's. It's he could be top 5, but
was he in the
I
top
don't think.
5? Was he in the top 5 before the season started? Right?
Yeah,
he was right.
I had him 6.
How he win a championship and lead the team to a championship, and he still ball. He had 27 points per game. He averaged 8 rebounds, 6 assists, something like that.
He had a great regular season.
The guy,
I mean, he was good. He's great. He's one of the best players in the league, easily.
Here come the playoff dropper stuff. The playoff.
Yeah, he's great.
What are we doing now, John?
He's great.
He number 4.
I didn't even say that.
Number 4. The number 4.
All right. Let me see who's my number 5. Hold on.
You gotta get that phone out. Get the phone out. Get the
Yeah, I wrote it out. I'm just double checking. It's SGA.
SGA's number 5. What about you, Travis? You got
I had Embiid.
You got Embiid. Embiid is still in the top 5. Oh my God.
This is just based on all things being equal. If they're healthy, what do they do? Like,
I mean, if he's healthy, he might be number 1. But
yeah.
That's the problem. The problem.
This guy, look at him right now on the floor. He just I don't know.
He hasn't really finished a season in the last 5 years.
He runs like Gargamel. You remember when Gargamel used to see a Smurf? And he used to try to catch a Smurf. This dude runs like Gargamel. This guy's just a horrible. I don't know, man. Look at him. Oh, good defense at least there. Good job, Embiid. At least you did something. Lord have mercy.
Gargamel.
Yeah,
somebody made a promise to him. That's why he's still there. He was a promise was made.
There's some goofy players that play in the NBA, and Embiid is one of them. He's a goofy guy. He's great.
He's just not healthy. That's all.
Oh my God.
Well, what is he
He's
ever
not healthy? We seen the guy healthy. He's unstoppable when he's healthy.
He's never finished the season unhealthy.
Yeah.
Ever.
At some point, it's you. It's not. It's like, okay, at some point it matters. You can't just be like, oh, he's injured. Like every season, you miss your first 2. You've only played 60 games, twice? And like, it's just.
I mean, that's the knock on him. That's the knock on him. Like, but we cannot deny how great he is when he is healthy, though.
This dude stepped.
All right.
There's some dude named Bogdanovich played full court defense on him.
The governor. Bogdanovich.
It's not Bogdanovich. It's another Adovich. It's another Vich. Another Vich out there just balling. They got Booker and Stephen Curry on the floor at the same time. Oh my God.
All right. Let's go ahead. John, who do you have number 5?
SGA, and I feel like it was
SGA.
a crime. I feel like it was a crime to put Tatum in front of SGA. It was a crime. You should actually be locked up. You
Oh
should be
my
locked up.
God.
Johnny thinks Bam is a top 10 player, so
You know, I
we,
almost gave him my
we
top
have to
10. You know,
excuse
I
him
almost,
sometime. We have to excuse him.
I almost
He
put him
has.
in top 10. I just couldn't find the right criteria to put him there. But my number 5 is SGA. SGA is top 5 for me. He definitely went from 6 to 5 for me. So I still got him in my. I got him in my top 5 because Embiid's not in my top 5 anymore. Embiid is out of my top 10 in general. So I got SGA number
Well,
5.
all right. For my 6, I got Embiid.
Oh my God, horrible! This guy. This guy didn't even play no games. This guy's always hurt. Look at him. He almost got hurt off Stephen Curry hitting him just now. Look at him. The Joker is completely dominating him. Look at him.
How expected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So you got number 6 is Embiid. What about you, Travis?
And LeBron.
The GOAT, LeBron. LeBron
That's,
James.
that's the first American for you, right?
It is the first American.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure it's consistent.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. What about you, John?
Jason Tatum.
Tatum. Okay.
Number 6. Number 6. So what you said? That was just like a little throw in there. He could be a number 6. He could be number 6.
Yeah, he can't be top 5, but he can be 6.
It could be number 6, man. Golly, man.
That's
But
fine.
y'all already know. After the top 5, there's no choice. But I got to go with
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron.
LeBron James is my 6th best player. He's the 2nd best American player because Jason Tatum is a baller. So I got LeBron. And that's only because he's 49 and running at the tail end of his prime.
No, prime LeBron was still 6.
Yeah, LeBron's the man, though. LeBron's still the man, though. He's number 6, though. He definitely oh, my God, what a pass by LeBron to Holiday. 67-57. USA is up. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. They still got the same starting lineup out there. It looks like the USA is trying to hold for it. So let's go with number 7. Who's your number 7 guy, Brandon? Lucky number 7.
Oh, my number 7 is Anthony Edwards.
Interesting. Anthony Edwards.
Did you copy off me today?
Was he in your top 10 last year? No.
No, he wasn't.
So he made it. Oh, LeBron with a layup fast break. Oh, the GOAT, the flag bearer. There we go. Who you got, Travis? Who's number 7 for you, Travis?
I had AD.
AD, shots fired. Oh my God. It would be just like an MJ delegate to put AD in top 7. Not just top 10, in the top 7. AD?
I mean, why not? Like,
Why not?
I don't.
A top 3 defensive player in the league, and I mean, he was.
I mean, he's definitely top 10. He's definitely top 10. There's no doubt that.
Yeah, like what's the argument against him?
A lot.
You know he had everything against Anthony Davis.
I got everything.
He thinks Anthony Davis should average 35 and 15.
No,
yeah.
I think Anthony Davis needs to stop playing with the GOAT because he's fucking up the GOAT's end of years. That's what I think it is. Get rid of him because he's playing
carrying him.
Yeah. It's Anthony Davis' fault. Yep.
It is
Anthony Davis' fault.
Yeah. Getting this contract. He should be getting what's it called money.
He puts a defensive degen aura on LeBron during the playoffs.
Yeah, he should definitely be getting Tatum money.
He should be getting Tiago Splitter money. That's what he should be getting. Tiago Splitter money.
Who was the only player to make an all defense and all NBA team this year?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's up with this dude.
He was facing up.
He said just this year.
Just this year.
This is what we're talking about this year.
Yeah,
I know he was going against like firemen and paper delivery guys.
Talking about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis finally scores a basket over Joker, 71-59 USA.
They called it.
Yeah, I love some Anthony Davis. The first Anthony Davis sighting by Travis, the MJ delegate. Shout out to Travis.
Let's go.
Who's your number 7 there, John?
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. You did say Brandon. All right, so listen, my number 7 is gonna be the same number 7 I had last year, and that's my boy Jaylen Brown. He won the Finals MVP, and from my understanding, that means he led the team because y'all don't like Jason Tatum. So obviously Jaylen Brown got to be top 10. If y'all putting Anthony Davis top 10, y'all better put Jaylen Brown top 10. I don't want to hear shit
He's
else
definitely
about
not in my
Jaylen Brown.
top 10.
Oh
He's
my
not in
God,
mine.
this guy here.
Nah.
Oh my God. He's number 7 on my list. Jaylen Brown. That's what's up.
You
I'm
don't
Durant,
worry.
no
I'm
doubt.
gonna see if y'all
the
know
only one
who's
got in my
not in
top
my
10.
top 10. I want to see if y'all know who's
All
not
right.
in my top 10.
I
All right.
know Michael Jordan ain't in my top 10.
My number 8 is Anthony Davis.
Let's go.
Anthony
Yeah,
Davis.
he's definitely a top 10 player.
Brent, I know
Oh
you
my
swiped
God.
my list today. I know you did.
I mean, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like it's consistent. Like we all, other than the job, like every time we do something with top 10, his personal list is always bizarre.
But I gotta be
We have to
bizarre.
go with actual
Nah.
numbers for him to
I do
actually
know
make a
numbers.
correct list.
No.
You didn't even have Kobe Bryant in your top 15 before.
Yeah, because I didn't go off of just numbers then.
With your personal stuff, like your personal list is terrible all the time.
I'm allowed to have that. That's my
You're the
personal
most
preference.
biased person. You so biased. It's
How
terrible
am I
how biased you are.
That's not biased. Anthony Davis is not top 10, my friend. You just said Jaylen Brown is in top 10. I can say you're being biased.
He's not top 10.
Jaylen Brown is top 10. They say he's better than Jason Tatum.
They say that, but he's not.
Johnny, I guarantee you, if we put up their stat lines from the season randomly, you would pick AD top 3.
What? AD's stat
They
line
probably
because
would.
of the GOAT? Because he's got the GOAT. He's playing with the GOAT.
Who cares?
I care. That's why he's looking so good. When you play with the GOAT, you look great.
What?
Yes.
All right.
If he was by
Travis,
himself,
what's your
we
number
would see
8?
a different number. We would see a different AD. Y'all would see glass man. That's what y'all would be
Mine?
saying.
I had Tatum, number 8.
Look,
Tatum, okay.
Tatum number 8. Just shots being fired. Good
All right. What about you, John?
I mean, I said you copied on me, Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Oh my God, man. Yes, LeBron is the GOAT. Yes, LeBron is the GOAT. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. Y'all hit that like button.
Aaron has to become a member.
My number 8. My number 8 is Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. He was in
Okay.
my top 10.
Okay.
He's gonna be in my top 10 this year again. Number 8 is Ant-Man.
You think Jaylen Brown is better than Ant-Man?
Yeah. Jaylen Brown's a beast, bro.
I mean,
he's good. He's good. I mean, he's good. Everybody knows he's good.
Nobody doubt
you know I hate Boston, and I got to watch him all the time because I'm on the East Coast, and they always trying to beat my Heat. And man, Jaylen Brown just be balling, man. He's always gotten better.
He's good.
He's good, and he's a two-way player. He's one of the best two-way players out there.
He's real
Can
good.
I say who my number 9 is first, just to make sure Brandon copy off me?
Okay, go ahead. So, yeah, let's start you since you can get the shots. Go ahead. Your turn.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay, that's not mine.
That's real shot. Take it out, Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. That's a good one, John. That's a good one. See, look, that's a good one.
All right, for my number 9,
That's not biased. That's not John being biased. Y'all just
no, I mean I'm from Chicago. We hate everything New York.
Nothing wrong with him being.
What's your number 9 guy, Brandon?
Kevin Durant.
Oh my God, Kevin Durant. This guy loves Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, the easy money sniper, grim sleeper, right? What they call?
That's my guy.
Yeah, he could ball. He's a baller. He's a true hooper.
We seeing it today. We seeing how good he is. So
he don't comb his hair. He don't put on lotion.
He don't have to. He don't have to.
All he do is put on basketball sneakers and shorts and play ball.
Not everyone has these locks.
And sleep. That's all.
All right. What about you, Travis?
Sleeping basketball.
Same.
That's all.
Durant.
Durant. Okay.
Oh man.
What about you? What you got, Johnny?
Donovan Mitchell. I got Donovan
Okay,
Mitchell.
I told you about this guy. I mean, he's okay. All right,
my top 10 last year, and I see no reason why to take him out now.
Probably because of the way he's played, but he's not playing like a top 10 player. But my number 10 is Tatum.
Oh,
Tatum's still a top 10 player.
I can't believe it, man.
What's you?
Oh, number 10?
Yeah.
Hey, this is going to be a crazy take, but I got Wemby.
Wemby?
You had to have an adjustment.
Currently, you think he's top 10 currently?
To me, he's the best defensive player in the league, and I think that this is just like a bit of a projection. I think he's going to be a monster offensively, relatively speaking, next year as well. He's still going to be the best defensive player in the league as far as impact goes. Might not be from a technical perspective, but he's going to be a floor lifter on par with Jokic if they can get him just a modicum of help. Okay, I think they had a decent draft, but I mean, it's like if they can get him help, they can. You already saw his impact, but I think he's going to refine his offensive game. He can shoot from anywhere, and I think he's going to be consistent. He was just a rookie, and he was still runaway, like by far one of the best rookie seasons of all time. I don't think that the 10 spot is too controversial. Or maybe it is.
Yeah, it is. If you would say top 10 defender, I would agree with you. But you saying top 10 player? I mean, come on, man. Like,
he's going to be like in like two years. He'll probably definitely be easily top 10. Maybe even next year, but I don't think currently. Maybe towards the end of next year.
It was either him or Ant-Man.
He's not even better than Bam. Bam Monte.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. John.
Bam is overrated.
But I'll tell you this, Johnny, but I had Tyler Hero in the top 10. I bet not here.
Yeah.
But
Smith.
But I got KD at 10.
KD, okay.
Oh my God, KD. Oh my God. Hey, look, Bam got the ball right now. Oh, AD messed it up, but that was a turnover by Bam. Okay. Oh, look at Jokic. Oh, that's a foul on Jokic. That boy Jokic. I can't wait for the Heat season to start. We're going to shock everybody. My number 10 guy, because I'm not biased at all, I'm very objective, is Jalen Brunson. So,
okay.
I got Jalen Brunson round off my top 10 players in today's NBA, current players.
I think
nobody picked Steph in the top 10?
Because he's not.
Steph is done, man.
I didn't put Embiid in my top 10.
Because he's hurt. I like that's understandable. He's always hurt.
Nobody
but he's a top 10. He's a top 10. He's a top 3 when he's healthy, but he's never healthy.
Nobody brought up
for longer than 20 games.
Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, Kawhi. But he's never healthy either, even though he was all NBA second team, and him and Kevin Durant over LeBron for some odd reason. They refused to vote for LeBron for things.
I don't think Kawhi thought he was gonna make the All NBA team. That's why he signed that deal so early. Because if he waits till the season end, he get almost $100 million more because he made the All NBA second team. I didn't think he felt like he was confident enough he was gonna make the All NBA second team. All NBA team, period. And he should have been second team. If you're gonna put him on any team, it should have been third team, but
it's the LeBron thing.
So where do you rank Stephen Curry though, Brandon? If you was gonna rank him in today's NBA?
I mean, I wouldn't rank him above Brunson.
So he'd be like what, 13, 14, 15?
12, 13, maybe.
That's what he's probably at, like 12, 13, yeah.
What about you, Travis?
Same. I mean, honestly, right now, and this is kind of just a projection, right? Because I like you. I think Donovan Mitchell's a better player right now, just from a two-way standpoint, and I think he's a more creative scorer at this point in his career than Curry is. I think Curry's still good, but Curry is going to be. I think you're going to see a little bit of a regression, just because I don't think he's built to sustain that style of play into it, like late 30s. But he's still unquestionably like a top 15 player.
Yeah, he's definitely top 15. He's definitely top 15.
Yeah.
Where you got him, John?
13, 14. I mean, I agree with everything Travis said. He's about 13, 14. When you really think about it, I didn't think about Donovan Mitchell in front of him, but when I looked at last season, how he finished last season and his impact on that team, I can see if someone said 12, I wouldn't argue with you too hard, but I don't think 11. So that's why I said between 13, 14, and 15. He's top 15, but one of those numbers.
And number 10 all time.
So. Who would put Jaylen Brown above him besides the Johnny?
already put him in your top 10, so we already.
Yeah, you know that.
I mean Brown may be better than at currently than Steph.
Shout out to Aaron. Thank you for becoming a GOAT James Kingdom member. We
Yeah,
appreciate
I
you.
mean,
Check out your perks and all the things that go along with being a GOAT James Kingdom member. Also, reach out to us at goatjameskingdom@gmail.com or goatjameskingdomshow@gmail.com. That way we can register you as a member as well. Thank you for joining the GOAT James Kingdom platform. As you know, we do best here. Thank you so much, man.
We're getting all the real ones on board.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that.
I think what Travis said. I
the
think
more-
what Travis said. No one's
Go ahead.
ready to have that real conversation about Steph. That he's gonna digress this next season. I don't think nobody's ready to have that real conversation about Steph Curry.
Ooh, what a move by Anthony Edwards.
So I think that was a great take,
I
Travis.
got Steph in front of Anthony Davis, so we can start there. But I got.
I don't know why you hate this man.
It's not about hating Anthony Davis. You know, I just, you know, I'm a real basketball man. I listen.
I'm gonna tell you why he disliked. He saw that 2020 finals. He saw it.
Oh, I've been watching.
He saw it.
No. I've been watching 2023 and 2024 Lakers. That's why I've been up till 2:00 in the morning watching the GOAT break 40,000 points and 38,000 points, and meanwhile watching Anthony Davis play the game of basketball. He's a very good player. I would say he's top 20. I would have him in his
So let's
top 20.
switch. Let's put Bam on the Lakers. Are they better? Instead of Anthony Davis. Instead of Anthony Davis,
yes,
you got Bam.
by defensive wise, yes, they'll be
Of course
better
not.
defensively. Yes, they will be.
I mean, Anthony Davis is the best defensive player in the league.
Not better than Bam defensively.
Anthony Davis is the best defensive player in the league.
He's second best.
He's probably the best rim protector in the league, but he's not the best defender in the league. If that's the case, the Lakers should have way better defense than they have, and they don't. And that's because
I mean, he can't guard everybody.
What?
That's what
I mean,
rim protection
the
is.
Lakers
That's
don't
what
play defense. He can't guard everybody.
Bam-
The only guy
Bam
playing
does.
defense at any time is
Bam
AD.
does. They play zone just to they play zone just to let Bam roam, because that's how great Bam is, shutting it down left and right.
Dude, D'Angelo Russell, Reeves, and LeBron were turnstiles last season.
And what is a Max Strus, a Duncan Robinson, a Tyler Hero, a Kyle Lowry?
Exactly. You have defensive floor lifters. AD's one of them.
Kyle Lowry.
Lakers don't sniff 50 wins without him.
Kyle Lowry 6 years ago, not Kyle Lowry last year or the year before that.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry was traded and he played for Phoenix.
No, he was traded this year. Is what I'm saying. But wow, that's who Bam.
Dude, I'm gonna have a free
Number
AD
3
shirt
defense today.
next
number
week,
3
man.
defense. Hawkes Jr.
A free AD.
Please put some respect on this man's name.
Hey, I got him top 20. He's an all-star.
20?
He's an all-star.
Hey, at least the NBA recognizes him. They awarded him for amazing effort. Okay, he should have been first team, to be honest.
Because they were watching the GOAT play, and incidentally, they had to watch the Anthony Davis play. That's what happens.
Yeah, they're like, LeBron, do you want like one of the best scorers and defenders on their team to make you look better? Sure. Okay, here you go.
Here you go, Anthony. Here you go. Score this easy basket because I'm the GOAT. I got you the
AD has a great post game. He can shoot the midi. Does he get assisted by LeBron? Absolutely. But he's a lockdown defender when he's healthy, when he's trying, just like any other player. But he's amazing. I don't know, like you can't say it's because of LeBron.
I didn't say he's not amazing. I just said he's just not better than Stephen Curry.
And
Respectfully disagree.
just because AD has never won DPOY doesn't mean he ain't never been the best defender. My best defender, wing defender of all time is Scottie Pippen, and he
That's
never
fair.
won defensive player yet. So
Not Sidney Moncrief? Yeah, what's up?
yeah,
I mean, Bam is never going to win. I think Bam's basically the best all-around defender in the league. But
I'm even hard on for Bam, dude. Like big
because
time.
I watch Bam play, Bam be shutting it down, man. Bam does so much on the basketball court. It's incredible. It's incredible.
The best defender in the league is Wemby.
And if he had to go, if he was playing with LeBron, oh my God, y'all would love some Bam Adebayo. Y'all would never say nothing bad about Bam. Never. Y'all would
Bam's defense reminds me of
Bam Monte.
his style reminds me of Hakeem as far as like he can close out perimeter and play
Yeah.
inside.
that's what Johnny is talking about. It's close out on the perimeter. He's better than AD at that.
Yeah,
And
100%.
Not just that. It's also when the guy is attacking the basket and he's afraid to shoot, AD doesn't stop the passing lane, so they still get a pass off. And now you got an open shot because AD doesn't shut off the lanes. Like AD just protects the rim. That's it. He just protects the rim. And Bam, Gobert in them. When you get to the paint, they stop you from shooting. But then on top of that, you can't even make a pass because they making sure
Gobert.
you. Gobert's a great defender as well. That's why
I
he
mean,
won
but if you're
Defensive
paying
Player of the Year
attention
last
to the
night.
way Miami that zone they play, it makes
Because they
it
got
easier
Bam.
for Bam in a
They
way.
could never play that defense with AD. Never.
Actually,
AD
it
could
would work
never.
better for AD.
Hell no. AD would fuck up everything. That's why they were
Jesus
going in on
Christ,
me.
man.
They were going in on me on FYF about this, man.
I mean,
Rightfully so.
Actually,
I just gotta check some of Lamont's stupid takes Friday night, but it's all right.
Well, Friday nights is always special. Y'all already know how Friday
That was
nights
epic.
can get. You already know how Friday nights can get. Brandon already is another Hall of Fame, a wall of exposure, man. That guy there.
That was great.
Being, man.
Right. Brandon asked someone a great question that was never answered on Friday nights. He said, "So, what's Michael Jordan efficiency numbers?" And I mean, he started talking about Scotty. I mean,
Yeah, that's Brandon's biggest mistake is like he comes with like these sensationalist takes that sound good, but when you ask him, "Hey, what are these numbers?" he doesn't have them.
No,
Never.
the fact that Jordan is the most efficient player because
That-
to him,
that's-
Scottie Pippen is not available in the fourth quarter is what makes Jordan the most efficient player of all time. So because in his mind, Scottie it never was clutch. So Jordan has to be the most clutch player because
It's a
Scottie
bad
was
take.
clutch.
very bad take.
That's
That's
just
it.
hilarious to really when you really think about it. Even to the sense of this, Jordan outplaying Scottie for some reason makes Jordan better than other people. How
Scotty
is
might
Jordan-
be like
No,
the second or third most underrated player of all time, next to like David Robinson and like who else?
David Robson's not underrated though.
You don't think so?
Not at all. No one underrates David Robson. He gets his due credit.
Think so?
I
I
don't
think
think so.
so.
He's top,
Do you think David Robinson's
he's
a
always
top
going
10
top
center?
20.
Why don't you think so, Travis?
Because I think that he's under like as far as like a team impact perspective. Though like he also missed like his first couple of seasons because he was in the Navy, but he was like drafted and eligible to be in there. But then like when you look at his games and like his impact on that team, which was dog water, without him, like he had like one of the like most significant defensive impacts all time. I think like I did the research, it was second only to like Bill Russell when he first joined, and then like when he was injured, you saw them go from like first to dead last, and then like for that 10-year stretch, he was definitely a top 10 two-way player of all time, or top 5, I should say. So the only thing holding us back is because his prime was only about 9 years or something, or basically, and then he got Tim Duncan, that diminished it too. But during those years, D-Rob was on par kind of with Hakeem Olajuwon as far as defensive disruptors, people who could score at will. I mean, his resume doesn't necessarily be like top 10, but if you're just looking at like team impact and what he did on the court, minus the accolades, you could argue he's top 10.
I mean, I totally
Top 10 all time in NBA.
Yeah, you could argue. I mean, I'm not saying he is because I do take into account accolades and achievements, but I mean, just from what you did and like your impact on the team, you could argue it.
I mean, he was definitely top 5 in the '90s.
I think
But
that
I
would
want-
be you overrating him more than anything. That would be you
Yeah.
overrating him to put him in the top 10.
Hey, respectfully disagree. I love the man. He's amazing.
Yeah, I think he's placed appropriate. I think they rate him top 25 all time.
Yeah.
He's definitely a top 10 center of all time.
He's no worse than top
And some
15.
people
You
have
can't
him
tell
like-
me otherwise.
You
Yeah,
you think he's top
20.
15?
At worst.
Top 15. All right, let me get ESPN's top 25 out. Let's see who we're gonna knock out so he could be top 15.
Easily.
All right.
Well, talking about while you get that, Brandon, let me show you guys the ESPN top 25 of the century.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we can
LeBron
definitely talk
James.
about that. Should I? LeBron James. Oh,
This is just okay.
Let me fix this up again. Yeah, this is ESPN top 25 of the century. So they got LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Stephen Curry, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Garnett, Jokic made the top 10 over Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Antetokounmpo, Giannis, Steve Nash, Harden, Jason Kidd, CP3, Kawhi Leonard, Manu Ginobili, Allen Iverson, Anthony Davis made it. Oh my God.
Manu Ginobili.
Ray Allen, Tony Parker, Draymond Green, Westbrook, Paul Gasol, and Luka Doncic. The fact that Anthony Davis made this is kind of crazy. Wow.
The fact that Manu Ginobili is even top 30 is ridiculous.
He came off the
For the
bench.
21st
He's
century,
top
yeah.
25.
I mean, he had a great career with the Spurs. He won what 4 titles with them.
He's not better
Yeah,
than
well,
the last like 7 people on that list.
That was my point.
Him and Tony. I would put Tony Parker above him,
Yeah, I would.
but
Nobody would know who they were without for Tim Duncan.
I would put Westbrook. I would put Paul Gasol.
I mean, Tim Duncan wouldn't won without them. So
Facts.
He did.
Who?
he won one. He won one without him, but one's not going to put Tim Duncan above everyone like he is.
Exactly. They needed Manu Ginobili and that whole thing that they were running with
Yeah.
Tony Parker. Manu Ginobili could have started in any team. He chose to play in San Antonio and stay as a 6-man to fit their scheme. And he made a first ballot Hall of Fame career because of it.
Also,
Yeah,
the Chris Paul disrespect has to stop.
Yeah.
So the USA is up 89-73 with 5:38 to go in the fourth.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wrap. They were up as high as 20. Kevin Durant just went to the bench. We got LeBron, Curry, Holiday. No, Bam. Yeah, Bam, Holiday, and Booker on the floor. So this is like
Ah, DeJuan boy, no.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this Team USA team, like I wanted to get my take on this because obviously we've heard all the narratives like 92 Dream Team. 92 Dream Team, I think within its own right was great, but like you have to consider this is probably one of the more balanced teams. I would have said it's the 08 team, but they were very soft, I think, and could be had up front. But just that nobody up front in those Olympics had the horses to challenge them because obviously they were so dominant on the perimeter. And you got Kobe, prime LeBron, prime Melo, all these guys just out there like Durant. So they were going to lose. But this team actually has, you got Bam, AD, Embiid. So they're solid up front, and they have the wing guys. I said, when Durant comes back, it's going to be game over. How do you stop LeBron, Durant? LeBron's out there just his eyes got to be wide because he's like, I can get an assist every time down. Just who am I bored enough to throw it to? You have Curry basically being a spot-up shooter. What? When your spot-up shooter is Devin Booker and Curry,
Exactly.
and then just for shits and gigs, you have Drew Holiday and Tatum coming off. It's what do you do? This is, I think, the most balanced team we've ever seen. I would have said 92, but some of their main players were in prime. So I think this is the most balanced team we're going to see as far as a, just overall perspective. But not saying they're my favorite. But
That 92 team.
I have a question for y'all. You see who's been running the point guard, right? LeBron James. Do you think that he's probably the best point guard on the USA teams?
I think Halliburton's a little bit better right now than LeBron. But because of LeBron's IQ and I would say
well, I would say Halliburton, but LeBron's been to the dance and he's won championships and he won a title playing point guard. So his IQ is, I think, better at this point than Halliburton. I'd say that won't change. But yeah, LeBron's out there. He's a big body. He can see over people. He's a great passer. So I think leaving him out there is amazing. He doesn't need to play off ball. He needs to facilitate because he knows these guys and where to get them in position. Probably better than they do themselves.
He's just a better scorer than he is a passer. So that's it's the same thing with Stephen Curry.
They don't need LeBron to score.
Yeah. Nah, they got Halliburton. I don't understand why he don't play Halliburton. I don't get it. Halliburton hasn't got on the floor, just like you said with Jason.
Oh, yeah,
So you got LeBron James out there.
LeBron
is. If you just want to be honest, that's what LeBron is. He's a point guard.
He's been a point guard. So I don't understand the narrative that he's not a point guard. He's been a point guard his whole year. His whole career. He just scores on mismatches and on fast breaks better than anybody who ever played the game.
Yep. if anything, that's the one thing I've been upset about LeBron personally in his career
Anthony Davis scores
is
again
that
off of
is
another
that he didn't go
assist.
to point guard because he should have just went to point guard. But I think he thought it was easier to be the best small forward ever than the best point guard ever.
I mean,
That's the one
he
thing
don't he don't want to be stuck as playing point guard because he don't want to chase him around.
he wouldn't have to chase him.
That's the same thing with Penny. Penny didn't want to chase point guards around, so he didn't like playing point guard all the time.
He would still guard the small forward playing point guard, just like Magic. Magic didn't guard the point guard. Magic
I
guard.
mean, the narrative that Magic Johnson point guard and LeBron's not is like the weirdest thing ever because
Well,
they play
LeBron
the same
evolved.
position.
Like 2013, LeBron couldn't play point guard because he wasn't just that. He didn't have like that requisite. I don't want to say skill, but like he wasn't as his IQ wasn't that high.
I don't think the team.
He played point guard most. He controlled the offense most of the time with Miami, just like Cleveland. He controlled the offense. I don't understand this thing about him not being a point guard. Like when was he not the point guard with Miami? Chalmers didn't do anything on the offense but spot up. Who played point guard in Miami?
LeBron.
Yeah,
I mean,
No,
what
you had
was
a
I
bunch
watching?
of people doing it. Wade did, Chalmers did it, Eddie House. Like you had a bunch of players.
LeBron played point guard way more than Wade.
The point is that
Way more than Wade.
the thing is that LeBron is so good, you don't have to make him your point guard. He's still going to be able to ball facilitate and still play great team offense. So that's the thing. Like you still the fact that LeBron never really had a great point guard on his side beside when he had Rondo for a couple of years, and really never had nobody else. Dwayne Wade was probably the better point guard if he ever had one, but. At the end of the day, if you have a good point guard with LeBron, it doesn't hurt, especially if you have someone like a Halliburton or even like you said, a Stephen Curry or Drew Holiday.
The person who starts on
it's definitely going to be an issue. You
The
cannot
bottom
have
line
a
is
point guard with LeBron James. You just
LeBron will
cannot
go out there,
have a point guard with LeBron James.
LeBron will go out there and do whatever you need him to do. I mean, he doesn't have to play point guard, but on this team it doesn't matter because if they're playing to their as long as they are unselfish off ball, as long as they play defense, they're gonna get their points. It's really just gonna be their defensive effort at the end of the day.
Yeah,
if you're gonna play, if you start at point guard with LeBron, you need to be a scorer. Period. You need to be a scorer.
You said LeBron cannot play with a point guard, so I don't know how Dwayne Wade was a point guard with LeBron James. I don't know who was a point guard with LeBron James.
Nobody. I mean, just be honest. They even had to put Rondo on the bench playing with LeBron.
Yeah, Rondo played less than 20 minutes a game, and half the time it was without LeBron.
Yeah.
So that's why the Zesty Jeffrey.
Where's that list, Brandon?
LeBron is the ball dominant.
I mean, LeBron literally the best small forward and point guard ever played a game. That's how great he is. And the only reason that he's not a point guard is because they don't want to label him as a point guard. He's been a point guard everywhere he went. He ran his offense everywhere he went.
I mean, to this day, he's led every team he's been on in assists.
But one year when Westbrook did it. That 1 year. And we saw how that worked out.
I got to go check it. Because I thought LeBron was just a tick higher.
No, Westbrook played more games because LeBron didn't even qualify for any seasonal awards.
30, right? That was the year he averaged 30, correct?
Yep.
Because I think they were both at 7 assists a year that game, and I thought it was.
I think LeBron was under 7 that year. It's like one of his first times he was under 7.
I think that LeBron probably has
while.
the best stat line. I mean, I think I was maybe wrong to say Mike had a better stat line, but if we're just talking points, rebounds, assists,
it's up there. It's definitely there. It's 27, 7, and 7 is a great stat.
I mean, it's just but like you've said many times, the ending stat line just is about your totals, right? But I mean, if we're talking prime stat line,
it's 1,400. I mean, it's 1,400 games that doing that. That's the point. Like that's like I mean, how many guys have 1,400 games and 7 assists per game?
How you gonna tell me he's not a point guard? And he's
if we're talking prime stat lines, like if you let's just say Larry Bird played 10 seasons and he had 26. What would that be? 11 and 7 for his career.
Yeah.
But sadly,
I mean, again, LeBron is a great ball facilitator, and USA is running away with it. 104-82, 1 minute left to go.
See, Brennan, I knew you couldn't take those players and tell who was better than David Robinson.
So what does that say about Joker?
Oh yeah. Johnny started talking about other stuff. Let me go bring that up. Let me go up. I had it up. Let me go back and get it.
Oh, okay,
all right.
Sorry.
So
I had it up. We was waiting for you to bring it up. My bad.
yeah. We started talking about something else. All right. So let's start at number 12 because we already agree he's not top 12, right?
I have him at 11, dude.
Who?
Okay. Let's start at number 10. Let's start at number 10. Kobe Bryant. Anybody picking Dave Robinson over Kobe?
Nope, not me.
I have Kobe top 10.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Nope.
Nope.
You Travis? Okay. Kevin Durant.
No, he's not better than Kevin Durant.
Okay. Hakeem was number 13.
Blasphemy.
I know you got Hakeem in your top 10.
Blasphemy. Hakeem's top 5.
Dr. J.
I take him over Dr. J.
Oh my God.
What about you, John?
If you had Dr. J's ABA time, no, I couldn't put him in front of Dr. J.
Fair enough.
Okay. I guess Johnny's not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not
Moses Malone.
Ooh.
He's
Moses Malone.
around the same area for me. They're around the same area.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, ooh, that's the.
Okay.
That is great.
Okay. Moses Malone is number 15. So whoever is above Moses Malone and could knock David Robinson out. Steph Curry.
I just want to know who's 16.
Steph Curry, 16. And this is in 2002, I think. 2001, something like that.
2002?
I got David Robinson in front of Stephen Curry.
Yeah, this is 2002 when ESPN did this.
2022. You mean 22?
2022.
Oh, no, I have Steph Curry top 10, so obviously he's going to be slightly above Robinson to me just because of his what he did, but I mean.
All right. Okay, the next one is Dirk.
I take him over Dirk.
David Robinson and Dirk's around the same area for me too.
Around the same. What you think, John?
About the same to me. I mean,
what about you, Travis? What'd you say?
I have him over Dirk.
Over Dirk. Okay. All right. So he's moving up. Giannis.
I got over Giannis.
It's too early to tell for me to be honest. I don't have Giannis ranked yet, just because.
Okay, so right now you have him above Giannis because of the career.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's fair.
Okay, that's not crazy.
I got Giannis in front of David. I believe Giannis is 0.0 David.
He's going to end up definitely above David Robinson, but right now I can understand it. I can understand it.
I mean, he already has like he already has like an equal resume.
I mean, that's why I said I believe
the only thing he has over him is a Finals MVP at the moment, and like that's just a 7-game series award. So how valuable really is that?
Does he have 2 DPOYs?
I think both of them got 1, right? Or Giannis got 2?
I think Giannis has 2.
Giannis got 1.
He do?
He
has 1, and he got 2 MVPs and 1 defensive player.
I'm embarrassed that I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess his resume right now. He got 1. He got 1 and 1. Dave Robinson got 1 and 1 and 2 titles.
David Robinson got an MVP.
Yep.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. He won in 95.
94?
Yeah,
he won it right after the Kings for 95.
It's crazy. That year is the reason I put Akeem in front of David, because of what Akeem felt like that was his MVP, and he showed me why it should have been his MVP. So
yeah, U.S. beat the brakes off of Serbia. All right, Jerry West.
Oh, no question.
I got Jerry West in front of Dave Robinson.
Ooh.
You know, that's something. That's Dave Robinson can be above Jerry West. Elgin Baylor.
I'm not saying
Elgin Baylor. You know, he could be above Elgin Baylor too. So I guess he's moving up. I ain't gonna lie, Dave Robinson. I said 25, but he's definitely in that top 20. He's definitely
Come
in the
on,
top
Brennan.
20.
Come
He
over.
could be in the top
Yes.
20. I think
Kevin Garnett. Very similar resume.
Very similar,
Almost
very similar.
exactly the same resume. Almost.
I'm taking him over KG just because I think he's a tad bit better defensively, but KG's a monster.
Actually,
Okay.
I think KG is the better defender.
You can argue it. I
KG,
mean,
I would give KG the
kind
better
of a toss-up.
versatile defender.
I
But
mean,
better
KG.
defender, I don't know. He's more versatile because he played in a kind of a different era most of his career. That's why he's more versatile because he had to do more. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a toss up there. Charles Barkley.
I have him
him
over
ahead of
Charles.
Barkley, but Barkley's
Yeah, I
close.
would put Dave Robinson over Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got him over Barkley.
What about Karl Malone?
I still have him over Malone, even though Malone was the more consistent scorer, but I think he was.
I think I'm
from
gonna
a team
take
impact.
Karl Malone over David Robinson. I'm gonna take Karl Malone over David Robinson.
I mean,
What about you, John?
I'm gonna say the reason why he's number 3 all time in scoring, and
I mean, he like it's kind of unfair, but he was all NBA every year in the 90s. But David Robinson had to battle out 4 centers to be all NBA first team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Difficult. There was more difficult, definitely for David.
Yeah, it's definitely more difficult in the center. So that's the reason why he's above him, because of what that was. It's kind of hard to do that for an entire decade. And Karl Malone did it. John Stockton.
I got David.
They're around the same area, but I think I got David Robinson ahead of Stockton.
And then 25 is David Robinson. So David Robinson definitely top 20. Like he could creep up to that 16, 17 area.
I'm not mad at people, but when I hear things like he's top 30, like it's just, I'm not mad at people who are like, no, he's not top 10. That's fair. I mean, because there's so many guys with so many better resumes overall, but it's just like, it's just tough, like looking from, if you like do the research and like you look at what kind of impact he had. But I'm not mad if anyone doesn't have him top 10, because it's such a crowded.
I think injuries is part of the reason.
Yeah, injuries hit hard.
He ended up 18th on my list.
I mean,
yeah, that's fair too.
But I remember I said I wouldn't put Jerry West in front of David, but I would put Elgin Baylor in front of David.
I don't know. I want it.
I like this. I like your list here, Johnny. It's just that, and I get it. I get your criteria. Just seeing Scottie Pippen that high, dude. It's just
Scottie Pippen. Where's Scottie at?
I'm taking
Where's
little Scottie Pippen disrespect.
Yeah.
Hey, I get it though. I'm not about to go on that. It's fine.
His playoffs is what
LeBron and AD killed today. LeBron had 8, 9, and 21. Kevin Durant 23, missed 1 shot. Woo, and Steph Curry had 11.
Steph Curry was the best.
What did Anthony Davis do?
Don't worry about what AD did. He did better than Bam. He did better than Bam. What about that? Bam had 2 rebounds and 4 points. Anthony Davis had 7 rebounds and 7 points.
Hey, AD was nursing his neck because he was looking back so often and asking LeBron why Aaron Gordon was scoring on him. He was like, "Oh, my neck." I tweaked it.
So USA pulls off the victory. USA actually wins. They beat Serbia. So what does that mean for Joker then?
Somebody said Jokic don't play good in these games, and this is like the 5th time you watching him play internationally, and he don't look nowhere near like he do in the NBA.
Because he don't have Jamal Murray.
I think it's the team.
He don't got Jamal Murray.
It's the team. It's not.
I think it's the thing. Because that too, like he is different for him because he has to make sure like they do their own thing, and with the Nuggets it's him, and he's orchestrating everything. And with the international play, it's more of a team thing, so he's not the point center on that team. That's why he's like the center. He's the center.
Yeah. They actually this international game take away his superpower.
Yeah, it takes away his game. It completely takes away this game. Look at Luca. Luca don't even make the Olympics because he has to play more of a team game than what he do with the Mavs.
Yeah. I think Joker was super passive too this game from the 8 for 15.
So, who was passive?
I mean, Joker, he was 8 for 15. I mean, this is like, I know you're not going to take like 20, 25. I don't know. It's just.
I think they want him to be a scorer.
Yeah, he needs to.
Yeah. It's just. Yes,
no one's going to offend
It's
him.
a different game. All right, so me and Johnny was having this conversation a little bit. It was basically me starting it. We was talking about the Finals MVP, and he never really pays attention to the Finals MVP. He doesn't think it's a big award. I think you guys heard him talk about it. Like it's not a huge accomplishment. It's more low on his totem pole. He thinks All NBA First Team is better than the Finals MVP. What do you guys think that ranked the Finals MVP? Because that's always held to like this standard, like Jordan's the standard because of the Finals MVP. And what do you guys think like the ranking of that? Like what awards would you put above that?
If you really want to be technical, I would put like the Eastern Conference and Western Conference award in front of it. Because it's based off your first, second, and third round. The Finals MVP is based off 7 games.
4 to 7 games.
I mean, you just made my arguments better. I mean, when you said 4.
It's 4 to 7 games, really what it is. That's why Andre Iguodala got a Finals MVP.
Yeah, based off a minimum amount of games, and it's not enough games to me. The Finals MVP is put up there at a lower when it's based off what you just said, 4 to 7 games. I mean, all NBA is based off 82 games. I mean, when you start to really look at the Finals MVP and what it really means is why is it ranked so high?
Facts.
Yeah, I never really thought about it too much. I always held it as the highest award for myself. I held the Finals MVP as the #1 award, but Johnny's just bet on it like it's not that great of an award. We shouldn't even recognize it in like the all-time ranking. Like you have to recognize an all-time ranking because it's an all-time award. Like you have to recognize it, but
and
the significance of it is different.
Go ahead, John, sorry.
I look at it like this: how many non-best players has won a regular season award, MVP award, and how many non-best players has won a Finals MVP? You can't accidentally win a regular season MVP, but you can be Andre Iguodala and win Finals MVP.
Even this year, Tatum led the team in every major statistical category, and he didn't win Finals MVP.
Yes,
dude, that take was fire, just now, John. That was great. So no, you're right. I mean, I think where it comes into play is like, I agree with you. All NBA first team is way better. Regular season MVP is way better because it's based on a far larger sample size. But like, I think that really where the greatness comes in is like your consistency. I'm not gonna say that Finals MVP moves the needle for me like way more than it's just another piece of the puzzle. But I agree. Things like that require much more endurance, much more huger sample size, way bigger. Those things are always going to be more important, especially if like John said, if you just have 1 or 2 and then it's clear you were being outperformed, then there should be some context given there.
I mean, then it puts. I know they want to say the in-season tournament MVP does not mean anything, but it's kind of similar to the Finals MVP. Like it's a series of games you have to play to win it, and the best player in that series wins that.
Don't give a shit about that. Come on.
Why does it not matter? I don't. That's what I never understood. Why does players competing not matter?
Because it's too early. Because it's
regular season.
It's going to matter later.
Okay, Travis, why does it not matter to you?
Because it's regular season. It doesn't decide anything. It doesn't matter for seeding. It doesn't matter for there's no real award that goes in the record books for this. I mean, as far as like, they don't get anything. It's like they're like, oh hey, we won this tournament. It's for fun. It's for it's a spectator sport. Great, that's fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. I think it was a great idea to put it in there, and the players seem to like it. Great, but it doesn't mean anything. It just the team that got hot, they won. Anyway, we keep going. We saw it.
Why is players competing don't matter though? Why is players competing don't matter? That's what I never understood.
Because someone still wins the MVP.
They say the Olympics don't matter, but these players are competing.
Who says the Olympics don't matter?
Most people say it don't matter.
What? No, they don't.
Yes, most people say the Olympics do not matter.
The Olympics is the world stage, world championship. How can that not matter? This is a beginning of the season or mid-season thing that has no bearing on the playoffs or seeding, or other than like when you won games. It doesn't matter who the MVP is at the end of the year. It's just like player of the week and player of the month. I don't care who you won that unless translate the MVP.
But why does Finals MVP matter then? It doesn't matter. It wasn't done during the regular season. It was done during 6 games versus 1 team. Why is Finals MVP matter then? Why should that matter?
Finals MVP matters more because you got to the championship level. You get a ring. You don't get a ring for
everybody gets a ring. Everybody gets a ring though. It's not just the Finals MVP.
Yeah, and you were the best player. It matters. Or supposedly.
Best player in the tournament.
So exactly, the tournament should matter too. Whether it matters as much as the Finals MVP is another discussion. But obviously, in-season tournament matter. You're competing versus more than one team. You're actually competing against the whole league. In reality, for it.
Well, the main reason this isn't going to count is because this happened just last year. Nobody else had an opportunity for it. So I'm not ever going to use this to rank players.
Oh, because throughout time, like we're not saying that it's like the best thing ever. Like it's the most. It should be counted as the most, but they're discrediting the in-season tournament when all the teams are competing to win it, and they're competing when they're at their best.
We know the real reason everybody discrediting it. I mean, everybody knows that.
It has no bearing on the season. How can it matter?
It does. All the games played.
Why doesn't it have any bearings on the season?
Like regular season games, they count for you making the
those
playoffs.
things count. They count as games, win and losses.
They count on your regular season.
Hey, it's all about your criteria. If you're going to use that, that's great. It has nothing to do with mine, so I don't care.
Well, we're not saying like it has to mean something more than it is. It's just it actually means something. You're trying to discredit it like
what do you think
else,
it means?
like
I'm just curious. What do you? I'm not trying to. I'm just saying to me it doesn't matter. What are you trying to say it means? What does it mean?
It's another MVP.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's an MVP, just like the regular. What's more important, the Finals MVP or the regular season MVP, Travis?
Regular season MVP.
Okay, that shit has nothing to do with the playoffs. No bearings, no shit, no nothing. So why? What the fuck?
Okay, so you're saying how the Olympics mean something. They're playing the same amount of games.
Yeah, they're playing world teams. It's for the title of best in the world, allegedly.
But everyone is playing in the NBA as well.
Okay.
In the in-season tournament.
But it's not to decide a champion. It's not to decide the world champion.
No, they're not.
So
it's basically
it's a tournament just like the Olympics, just like the FIBA. These are tournaments. Why do those matter, but the in-season tournament don't matter?
Because those things end after the championship round. This just keeps going. Like I understand what you're trying to maneuver here, what mental gymnastics you're trying to do.
What do you mean, though?
This thing doesn't mean shit.
It's a mental gymnastic because you're saying it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
It does mean something.
So why is I'm saying like why are players competing for things that don't mean nothing? Like how can you say that?
Because it's the regular season games which matter in the standings. They're not competing to say, oh, I beat this player or this team in game 39, and so that means that I'm the best player. No, they want to do everything that the goal is always the same. To win the ring at the end of the season. You think Jason Tatum was like, damn it, like that means that we don't have a shot winning the title because LeBron and the Lakers won the in-season tournament. No, they didn't give two shits about that. They kept going.
Do you think the teams matter who won the title the year prior? Like, oh, we didn't win it, so I'm just going to retire. Like, they move on to the next season and try to win it as well.
I like the in-season tournament, but the NBA did say it doesn't matter because the championship game doesn't count towards anything.
Exactly. It's not even a regular season game. It doesn't mean anything.
I mean, I like the in-season tournament, but the NBA said that game doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't count for a reason because you can't have a team playing 83 games and they only want you to play 82.
83 games. You actually have it. I mean,
just like the finals do not count in the regular season.
No, hey, listen, I enjoyed the tournament. I enjoyed watching it. I thought it was a cool little twist. But I'm not going to see like, oh man, this thing actually moves the needle as far as like me ranking and things like that. It does not.
We're not saying it moves the needle. We're saying why
you are saying that
say it don't matter. I'm not saying it moves the needle. We're saying like why it doesn't not matter. If everything else matters, but that.
If it matters, what does it matter toward?
That's like that's just like when they said the Finals MVP really didn't matter because Jerry West had won it the first time.
Wait, Brennan, what does it matter toward then? What does it matter toward if it matters?
Your greatness.
He just said it.
I said that.
Johnny said that, Brandon. So he is using it for ranking.
It should be used.
What ranking? What
all-time rankings for? That's what he's talking about. All-time ranking.
It doesn't even matter. LeBron won it, so it don't really matter. How can we move one up to one? It doesn't really matter. He's already number one. Okay. We cannot move LeBron up higher than number one.
So, okay.
We cannot move LeBron higher than number one. So it don't really.
You're not going to move him up. You're not going to move him up to number one because he has it either, right, Travis? So
it's a nice goalpost move right there. Clutch.
Just like you said, the player of the month do not matter when only the best players win players of the month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's true. You have to play great to win player of the month.
I don't know why people think player of the month is just
player of the week or player of the month doesn't matter unless you win league MVP. If it doesn't translate to that, who gives a shit?
I think we degrade. I think we degrade certain awards. And it should all matter.
I mean, it gets degraded because of LeBron.
Facts. They hate
LeBron has 4 MVPs. He's like the only player, like one of only 3 players to have more than 4 or 4 more.
What did that
I'm
guy?
Just saying, like,
what did that guy post to Johnny? He said, "I love the in-season tournament, but if the Lakers win, it doesn't mean anything." He said that. He said if the Lakers win it, it doesn't mean anything. But if any other team wins it, he loves it.
Yeah, it'll be fine then. It'll be fine then. That's when it's okay.
So let me tell you the player of the months last year. Tatum, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Donovan Mitchell, Booker, Brunson, Luka again, and Tatum. Those are the best players who win player of the month. Player of the month is not something that anybody wins.
Didn't say Jaylen Brown.
The year prior, Tatum, Booker, Embiid.
Wait, can you read that list off again?
I didn't hear Anthony Davis neither. I know that.
Can you read that list off again?
Anthony Davis won it in 2023. He won in 23.
Hold on, read that list off again, right?
Which one?
Last year. Yeah.
Last year, Tatum, Jokic, November. December, Giannis, Shea. January, Mitchell, Booker. February, Tatum, Luka. And March, Brunson, Luka.
So Shea only won it once, but he was like basically first or second in MVP voting.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense.
Because different voters.
Make it make sense what you mean.
Exactly. So he was almost a lock to win MVP. It was a toss up, right? So
wait,
that means nothing.
Travis, you know who votes for the player of the month?
Not me.
Not the media. It's the execs.
I know.
So
it should be AI.
It's a different voters. Why should it be AI? First of all, the media shouldn't vote for shit. We should get that. We should strip them from. We should.
We already know why the media votes because they don't want to mess things up. They want to make sure they get the money from the media, so they have to let them vote. Because if that's the case, they wouldn't be voting. The NBA has to get paid, so they let them vote. Just like when Gasol wasn't all NBA. I mean, all defensive. and they had to kick somebody off the all defensive team and say, okay, you guys have to do it because we need your money. That's the only way that could happen. You can't have a defensive player of the year and not make all defensive team.
Ochi, get your ass up here and
it.
tell me I'm being disingenuous. Don't be safe in the comments.
Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and put the link up for everybody, so y'all can actually join the show. Again, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. Y'all let me know if my mic is good, because I did see somebody say my mic was kind of low, but
It is low to me.
it's low to you too as well.
You probably just have to turn up the volume on your.
I got the volume all the way up.
I
got
the
volume
all the way up. Hit a bam. You keep saying bam to stop. So I mean, that's probably why.
It's probably because of my sound, but either way, the link is up. You guys hit the link if you want to join the chat. We're sitting here telling Travis how certain awards matter. We're actually going to have a show about this. We're going to actually discuss all of these awards. Brandon and I were talking about this because this is something we've never discussed. How these awards should be recognized for what they, for whatever it is, whether it's Player of the Month, MVP, Finals MVP. I know some people think that making the first team and third team should count compared to others and stuff of that nature. So,
oh, here he is.
What's good, Ochi Takes? Thanks for joining the GOAT James Kingdom platform. You said Travis is being disingenuous. What you got for Travis?
It's just pretty simple for me. Any award that LeBron is kind of at the top at or dominates, it all of a sudden doesn't matter. It wasn't even like surprising when he said, "Oh, Player of the Week, Player of the Month doesn't matter," because that's what LeBron leads in. Same with in-season tournament. Because if Jordan acquired these awards, they would be on his list. It wouldn't matter. But LeBron doing these things because Jordan didn't get the chance or whatever, I guess it doesn't matter. But that's just false. It all contributes to NBA history. And your opinion on whether you want it to contribute to greatness, it doesn't take away from what it actually does, which is contribute to greatness.
It's your opinion. I mean, I respectfully disagree. Like, why would the in-season tournament matter to me? Like,
I don't think things that are on, like, NBA record books, I don't think those things are opinion. It's a matter of fact that he won. It's a matter of fact that the game.
I don't care about things that were monthly, weekly basis. It didn't translate to you being the best player all year.
That's crazy because the monthly award, those players aren't those players we listed? Was it like Luka and Brunson? Aren't they better than like a Andre Iguodala or even Jaylen Brown? Don't you have to be better to win that than even a Finals MVP, which you hold?
Like Johnny said, those things are all voted. Those things are all voted
on. Finals MVPs, so that matters, right? But almost anyone can win a Finals MVP.
Travis, how many games do you play in a month?
Like 15, right?
20, 15, 15, 20.
12 to 15?
That's twice as much as you play when you're playing the NBA Finals.
Like 3 times as much bigger sample size. You have to be a much better player.
I even agree.
You have to be greater.
I've never said NBA Finals.
The players that are winning Player of the Month are greater than players like Iguodala and Jaylen Brown and these niggas that are just winning it. Like, these players are actually like top 10. And like,
who's talking about Finals
MVP? You have to play great. You say that matters.
No, I didn't. I even agree with Brandon when I said that.
Don't matter. You said Player of the Month don't matter.
I said Player of the Month, Player of the Week does not matter to me. I said
that's what you said. So how does Finals MVP matter? If it's based
I said
on
regular season MVP. I said and I said regular season MVP and All NBA first team versus second team matter most to me over Finals MVP. I literally said that. Finals MVP is great.
But if, by your logic, Finals MVP should be less than meaningless.
Why? No. Meaningless.
Yeah, your logic.
Okay, Travis, what would you have your top 5 awards?
Top
MVP,
5?
first team All NBA.
So I'd probably go MVP, first team All NBA. I'm still gonna say DPOY. I'm gonna say All Defensive First Team, Finals MVP, and then there's 5, right?
Okay, so you have Defensive Player of the Year and All Defensive First Team ranked in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't separate it by team. I would just have, for me.
You have to separate it by teams because the first team and the third team, they're not the same caliber player.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put. Let's just say, like, I'm not putting Defensive Player of the Year or All-Star over the first team or second team, All Defensive, All NBA team. If you're an All NBA player, you're an All NBA player. I rank you being an All NBA player over an All Star. I'm not gonna separate it now. Like defensive player of the year to me falls down like being All Star selection. It would be MVP, the All NBA team, the All Defensive team, then the defensive player of the year, then the All
I
Star.
mean, how you rank the all defensive team above the defensive player of the year though?
Oh, because I believe that if you make the defensive player of the year, it's not really based off being the best defensive player of the year. So it's an award that has a lot of subjectivity to it. So and it's an
I
award
mean, that's all. I mean,
nah
like if you
all
look
that
at the
we talked
players on
about
an all
this.
defensive team,
Uh-huh. That was
you
all
know,
coaches.
mo-
That was the
most of
coaches
the
who
time.
voted for
Well,
them.
I'm talking about now though. Now,
Yeah, now yeah, the media votes for it now and they haven't done a great job voting for it as I think they should, but I still think the all defensive team means more than the all defensive player of the year. I just do. Rudy Gobert's defensive player of the year, and people still think Anthony Davis is better than him.
I don't think Marcus Smart should have been the next guard to win Defensive Player of the Year.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't think he
I
was.
mean, it's a narrative. I don't put too much stock in defensive player of the year as much anymore, but because the defensive player of the years, they're not really top 15 players. So how can you really put them up that high? Like Rudy Gobert's not a top 15 player. Jarrett Jackson Jr. is not a top 15 player. Marcus Smart not a top 15 player. You know,
Oh,
Draymond Green's not a top 15 player. The only look Giannis was. When Kawhi was winning, he wasn't a top 15 player. Jokic was. I mean, Noah wasn't a top 15 player. Gasol definitely wasn't. Tyson Chandler wasn't. So there's a lot of player of the years
all
who are not
NBA first team
players.
means probably the most illustrious in my opinion. Like next to MVP, it's
MVP.
probably the best award you can win next to that. I mean, because
it is.
it's
It really. I think All NBA is better than All Star because it
well,
matters.
But
yeah,
it's
it
definitely
is
better
because
than
it's based on your stats.
Yeah,
All
it's
Star is
better.
based on popularity. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So would you guys do it like this? Would you say, okay, all NBA first team, then all defensive first team, then it's all NBA second team, then all defensive first?
I mean,
second team?
I wouldn't put all defensive first team over all NBA second team. Those players are not better. Those players are not top 10 players on all defensive team.
So
Most of them are not even top 20 players.
So would you put all defensive first team? I mean, all defensive. All defensive first team over all NBA third team.
I would put all NBA teams easily over all defensive teams. Like I
Well, maybe
don't
it's LeBron.
put more. Yeah, I wouldn't put much stock in all defensive first team over a top 15 player.
All NBA third team is better than DPOY.
Facts.
Shut your ass up. No.
Yeah, it is.
Facts. Shout out to Ishmael for joining us. We also got New World in the building.
I think the
The
DPOY.
third team would definitely have better players than the defensive player of the year. I mean, I feel like everyone in last year's third team is probably better overall than Gobert.
Like all NBA team is an award to reward the best players in the league, like regardless of their value on the court. So it's going to reward if you're a defender. From my understanding, if you're the best defender, you're going to get an All NBA, right? Because your value on the defensive side is greater than a lot of other players. So you're a top player. Like Ben Wallace was All NBA 5 times, right?
I mean, there was only one player last year who was all NBA on the all defensive team. That was Anthony Davis.
Well, it's not that all the time. It's not. I mean, these awards are not going to always be perfect, but you can see like throughout year and year, you can see players like Rudy Gobert and even DeAndre Jordan win the All NBA team throughout the years because of their ability to play good defense.
Well, the year prior, the first team was Alex Caruso, Drew Holiday, Jarrett Jackson Jr., Brooke Lopez, Evan Mobley was on the first team.
Those are
Second
all
team
top
was
5
Bam.
MVP candidates.
See, Bam
Yeah,
is
Second
defender.
team was Bam,
Yeah.
OG, Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, Derek White. Did any of them make all NBA that year other than maybe Jarrett Jackson may have because he was defensive player of the year too? You know, it's
Do you think all NBA players are more leaning towards offensive type players?
no, they're more all around players. They're
Exactly.
one thing. They're more all around players. Like all NBA is to me, it's always been significantly better than all defensive teams. I don't understand the narrative that defensive teams boost you up. because you're on the all defensive team. No one boosted up Shane Battier because he was on the all defensive team. He's not a top 20 player.
Yeah.
Marcus
Also,
Smart is
how
not
did
a top
Shea
20
not
player.
get all defensive this year? That was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, because the media got it. Because again, the media doesn't want to give players recognition for being two-way players anymore. They don't want
And
to do
that's
that.
probably why Wemby didn't get his DPOY this year.
Shea didn't make the all defensive team because you would have had to have a bad argument that he was all NBA first team, and he made the all defensive team, and he don't win MVP.
How very Anthony Davis of him.
I mean, Shea averaging 30, OKC number one in the West. I mean, that was
first. Yeah.
I said Shea should have been making it since last year. I believe Anthony Edwards.
He did make. He made. I thought you were talking about all NBA because he was all NBA first team last year too.
Yeah, I'm talking about defensive team. I think him and
Brandon. It says that I can't always
best
pronounce his name.
two-way players in
Domantas
the league.
Sabonis.
Sabonis.
Yeah, he won it he won third team last year, but even then, you can still see like even the year before. It was some teams that won. Somebody won it, but it's most of the time it's because they have all around players, so it makes it seem like guys only offensively win it. But a lot of times you can see like all around players or their value on the offensive end is better than
Bill Russell
guy
has all kind of all NBAs. Ben Wallace, Rodman has all NBAs. There's a lot of guys that were just solid defenders, great defenders that made the All NBA team. Shoot, Scottie Pippen made 7 All NBA teams. Supposedly, he was not good in the fourth quarter, only averaged 15 points for his career. So obviously, you can obviously just be a great defender and make the All NBA team. It was never an offensive award. It was never that.
Right. No, I posed that question because we all know how janky media voted awards are nowadays. So I know in the past they did it differently because the media wasn't as involved, but. Since we're in this new era, I thought that they might have changed how they were selecting some of these guys for all NBA selections if they were just based off of players who were putting up better offensive numbers rather than defense.
It's really the temperature of the media climate
because they're giving more money to the NBA.
No, it's really the temperature of the media climate because if the media got the vote in the 80s, they're voting different than what the media is voting today. There's a whole different brass of media guys voting today. I mean, I think even Perkins has a vote in the All NBA team now. I think so.
What? Now you know it's the problem.
Yeah. So it's again, they're part of the media. I think Shaq was saying that because I think even JJ Redick got a chance to vote for MVP, and Shaq was like, "Yo, they never sent me nothing to vote for the MVP." So again, you have to have the credentials with the NBA to get that media right to vote for these awards and accolades. But like Brandon said, it is a part of that marketing scheme. That you want the media to talk about your league positively. You want them to feel involved. So you get them a chance to vote for awards. You give them that, and that's the little thing that they get.
The one thing I like.
Okay, so our JD podcast, I was saying that a lot of times the all defensive players and defensive player of the years are not top 20 players. Not all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah, I don't think nobody had Jared Jackson, Marcus Smart, or Rudy Gobert in the top 20 players right now.
It awards like one side of the ball. So it just like when people even compare like, oh, LeBron never won a DPOY like Michael Jordan did. It's just like it's like asinine. But LeBron has the most All NBA teams, which means like he's been top 5 to top 15 player in the NBA all his career, pretty much the entire.
And he has more first teams even in 15 seasons.
Right.
We need to start questioning that 1988 DPOY.
We already know that by now, but I'm just saying like
that shit is fake.
Shut up, John.
It's no more questionable. He's been indicted, guilty, as charged.
Or it's even like the argument. LeBron never hasn't won a all defensive team in years. That means he played defense, which is stupid. But still, like all defense does not trump all NBA. Is like the second best award behind.
And the only
MVP.
reason they stopped giving LeBron all defensive selections because they gave it to the media to vote. Because that was because they wouldn't give LeBron James the defensive player of the year. So LeBron James would have a defensive player of the year, plus he would have at least 10 all defensive selections if it wasn't for the biased MJ Zesty Jeffrey fan base that exists in the media. So that's
and at least 2 more MVPs as well.
I mean, the media voted for a player who the coaches didn't even believe was all defensive team. He finished 4th among centers.
Are we really going down this rabbit hole again, guys? He did not
He
deserve
finished
MVP
fourth
why
in
that year.
rushing. He
Yeah,
definitely did.
we can go down that hole
He said he
anytime,
did.
man.
The
Yeah, and
coaches said he
it's
did.
still going to lead to nothing.
The coaches definitely said he did, and they're the ones who are game planning for him. They had no respect for Marc Gasol.
Yeah.
They put 3 centers above him.
Yeah. And if anyone got
he
robbed, then
wouldn't
year
have
was
made
10
the third
nothing.
team all defensive team if there was one. He wouldn't have made it if there was one.
No one's gonna tell me Rudy Gobert is just as good as Luka. No way. No, the All NBA team is way better. It's always been it's the second best award behind MVP.
Ismail, can nobody tell me why Rudy is winning Defensive Player of the Years? I mean, that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, that's something you can't explain.
On defense,
he won because he was a defensive player on the best defensive team in the league. It's not because of his impact. His impact was there. Wemby was the best defender in the league.
He makes them that. That's why Rudy Gobert, he does that. When he was over there in Utah, they were top 10. He left Utah, they're one of the worst defenses now. He joins Minnesota, now they're the top defense because that's what Rudy Gobert does. He's a beast.
Again, I saw
he's a beast, but he was surrounded by great defenders as well. He had almost the best perimeter defenders in the league.
You didn't even know who Jaden McDaniels was until Rudy Gobert got over
there. Daniel, Alexander Walker.
He's got an excuse for Rudy. Really, he has great defenders around him, but not for Marc Gasol with Tony Allen and Conley. Be serious.
Who said that?
He did have Tony Allen.
You're assuming.
He had Randolph. He had all those guys.
I'm not assuming anything. You said that it doesn't matter that much that Marc Gasol had better defenders on his team, but now all of a sudden,
I never said that.
It matters that Gobert has that.
Never said that.
The best defensive game.
Okay, sure.
Today's show though is about LeBron.
You diminished Tony Allen multiple times.
Right. So we talk about LeBron being top 10 today, gentlemen. We want to know, is LeBron in your top 10? So let's start with you, Ocho Takes. What's your top 10 current players in the league? Are you there, Ocho? We can't hear you. He's in and out.
Yeah, you got to run that back, kid.
Yeah, you're in and out. Let's move to you. Yeah, you're in and out. Ochi Takes. You're in and out.
Drop out and come back.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to drop and come back. But let's go to you, New World. Who's in your top 10?
My top 10 right now. I mean, it's really weird. I just put this top 10 together because I don't really think there is a best player in the league right now. It's certainly not Jokic. But if I were to give you my top 5 right now, it'd be Giannis, Luka, LeBron, AD, and then SGA.
That's your order?
Yeah, that's my top 5 in order.
Dang, LeBron top 5 in the league right now?
LeBron top 3 in the league right now.
Oh, my.
Wow.
And the reason why I'm gonna tell you he's top 3 in the league right now, it's only because he's older. If he was a little bit younger, like 2020 LeBron, he's still the best player in the league.
But you can't do that. You gotta go based off what he is now, though. Like,
yeah, based off of what he is right now.
He's saying if he was younger, he'll be the best player in the league.
Yeah, I'm saying if he was younger, he's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't have Jokic top 5. What the hell is wrong with you, dude?
Nah, Jokic is he's around. He's hanging out with Embiid around 7, 8. He's around there. Because look, man, Jokic. I've been saying this for years. I don't see why everybody thinks he's the best player in the league. If anything, AD is probably better than him. He's a better offensive player and a better defensive player.
No, it's not.
So he's a better two-way player.
Any measurement.
Yeah. I'm talking about on scoring. When it comes to scoring the basketball and when it comes to defending the basketball as a two-way player, AD is far superior to Jokic, and he proved it by going against him, averaging damn near 30 against him in the playoffs this year. While Jokic has been looking sorry as fuck, not only in the second round, losing by 45 points, like in Game 6. Like LeBron's never done that. Like, as the best player, he's never lost by 45 points. I think when you guys call Jokic the best player in the league, you're lowering the standards. Like, this nigga has never had any stretch of dominance whatsoever. Every time he's won MVP, he's out in the second round. Like, you can only attribute his success to Jamal Murray. Like, this man wouldn't even got out the first round in 2020. He wouldn't have even got out in the first round in 2020 if it wasn't for Jamal Murray scoring all them 50-point games. They wouldn't even beaten the Clippers without Jamal Murray in that same postseason run. And who stopped Jamal Murray when it came to the Western Conference Finals? It was LeBron James. Just like how Anthony Edwards and all them boys shut down Jamal Murray in the second round versus Minnesota. That's the key. As long as Jamal Murray is not cooking, Jokic is not unbeatable. He's not the best player. You can't rely on him in the clutch. Like what games? How many games that can you count with more than one hand that Jokic has been the reason why his team has succeeded in the playoffs? Like when you're the best player, when you're the best player, then you need to come through in the playoffs. That's where it's at. And I don't see Jokic coming through in the playoffs.
By a mile last year.
Empty stats. Where did it happen when it mattered? What happened in the elimination games?
40%.
What about against the Lakers when Jamal Murray was clearly better than him?
What against like you mean when he shot 40% and Jokic was shooting 60% with a triple double? Like that's why they won because of Murray
down the stretch. Who won those games down the stretch?
You mean with one shot, one fucking shot?
That's his
that's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need. Apparently, because all I hear about is Ray Allen and Kyrie's shot, and nothing about what LeBron was doing. So why can't we use that same energy?
Those are the arguments that those dumbass fans use. That has nothing.
I'm gonna keep that same energy because Travis is a Jordan delegate today. So we're gonna keep that same energy.
You choose to be
where was Jordan mentioned? You're talking about Jamal Murray.
I don't see it. I need somebody to explain to me what this man Jokic has done. What has he done aside getting knocked out of the second round every time he wins the MVP? Not even a finals appearance, dog. Every time y'all crown this man the best player in the league, he fucking chokes and gets washed out in the playoffs. Every single time. And every time he's successful, it's because of Jamal motherfucking Murray. I didn't see Jokic have 3 games. Yeah, he's the reason they lost because Jokic can't do shit when you fucking shut down Jamal Murray. What is Jokic doing? I've seen what LeBron's done when Dwayne Wade didn't show up, when Chris Bosh didn't show up. I seen what he did. What has Jokic done when Jamal Murray wasn't there? Nothing.
Putting historic numbers on the best efficiency we've ever seen.
Hey, wait a minute though. Joker just lost to the USA team.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The best player, and that's bad. So
I mean, look, I said in the comments.
How is that bad when Serbia is a much lesser team than the team USA?
Because South Sudan took the U.S. to one point. They don't have the best player in the world, quote unquote. You got Jokic on your team, and you lost by damn near 30 points, and South Sudan got nobody, but they only lost by 1 point to the United States. And Serbia just got smacked twice in a row by the U.S. team. So you telling me the best player couldn't even get it to within a 5-point game? Is that what you're telling me?
Their team structure is different.
That's what you're telling me. You're lowering the standard for Jokic to be the best player.
No,
he's not even better than Giannis.
I'm telling you to actually talk basketball and actually understand that not every team has the same exact team structure.
I don't care about team structure. I care about the best player showing me he's the best player, and he ain't showing nothing. He ain't showing nothing his whole career.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so let's let Casual come in. Casual, thank you for joining us. Y'all know who Casual is. He's also a part of Vanity Sports. Y'all make sure to check out his platform over there. We'll be actually on your platform tonight, 8 p.m. Central. So go ahead, bro. Defend Joker because we all had Joker as the best player. The New World has been on it from the beginning of the show. He claims Joker is not better than Anthony Davis, which you should like, Casual.
Dude, Casual, can you switch
I don't
names
like
with New
this
World?
at all. I don't like this at all. Say this again, brother.
I didn't have Joker as my best player either. Just so we could be clear.
Joker, I don't think Nikola Jokic is the best player. I think it's a conversation, but I have Giannis still as the best player. But
I had Giannis as the best player.
Yeah, I have Giannis as the best player. But that being said, he's second.
Not top 5 though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's that. No. It's the fact that he said he's not 5. He's not top 5, and then he goes even further. He says Anthony Davis has an argument to be better than him, and that's absolutely crazy.
Okay, so what is Jokic better at exactly other than assists?
He's a better facilitator, a better passer, a better playmaker. He's a better.
Okay, that's all the same thing. That's all the same thing.
He's a much more efficient scorer on different levels of the court. He's also a much better off-ball player, even on the defensive end. Even if you think that sways you, Anthony Davis's defense is not transcendent enough to be able to catch up to the level of transcendence of Nikola Jokic's offense. Like, I don't understand why niggas want to get this hot take off just for clickbait. Like nigga, just talk
What
basketball.
transcendent offense is a
Just talk
7-foot nigga
basketball.
throwing passes over everybody that he can see?
You would have
What the
had
fuck?
much.
That's not a
You would have
skill.
had you would have had much more argument, a much better argument putting
that's
Giannis
bad.
in this
That's
argument.
bad, Nero. That was bad.
You would have had a much better argument putting Giannis in these arguments. Hell, Joel Embiid when he's healthy. You could have threw the when
I
he's
would
healthy
say,
argument.
Not
Then
Anthony Davis at
Not
his best
Anthony
is
Davis.
not Anthony
equivalent or
Davis.
better than Jokic because Jokic does not play both sides of the ball, which is infinitely more valuable than a nigga who just scores and makes assists all game. Anthony Davis could do the exact same thing except the assist. What are you talking about? And he's still a better defender.
Hold on, Johnny, I got a question for him.
You can't
I got
run
a question
offense
for
to Anthony Davis at all. But go
I
ahead,
got a question.
go ahead.
Yeah,
No, I said
question
when
for
it
you,
comes to scoring the basketball, how is Jokic better than Anthony Davis when we just saw Anthony Davis go off for 30 against this man in the playoffs?
Johnny,
don't need nobody to score. He can
let me ask New World. I'm gonna ask you two questions. I'm gonna ask you two questions, New World. So who was better last season? Anthony Edwards or Stephen Curry?
Anthony Edwards was better than Stephen Curry last year.
Okay, all right.
Wait, are you talking about 2023 or 2024?
This past season we just got.
This past season.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards was better than Stephen Curry this year.
So who? Okay. I got another question. Who was better, LeBron James? Okay, here, follow me, or Luka Doncic?
Luka Doncic is better.
Okay, so you are intelligent enough to understand that just because one person plays on both sides of the basketball more than the other does not mean that the conversation should be centered around the fact that they play both sides of the basketball, right? You understand that Luka Doncic has more offensive value than than LeBron James does on the offense and defensive end, right? So why are you hanging your hat on that argument for Jokic versus Anthony Davis when you have seen Nikola Jokic with lesser talent be able to do much more than Anthony Davis with more talent? Answer that question.
What do you mean by lesser talent? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think Anthony Davis had anybody as good as Jamal Murray when he was in the Pelicans uniform.
In 2022, Anthony Davis had a much better talented group around him. Arguably,
in 2022?
Yes, in 2022, because Nikola Jokic didn't have Jamal Murray, and even further than that, he didn't even have the second best player to Jamal Murray, who's Michael Porter Jr., because he was dealing with back issues. So it was him and
AD was injured in 2022. So what's the point of this argument?
Anthony Davis was actually healthy enough to play that season. He was healthy enough.
That's the season. Are you talking about the season LeBron ran center because Anthony Davis was out?
He played 58 games along with LeBron and Westbrook.
No, he played 40 games that year.
Oh, it was 40. It was 40 this season.
That's what I'm saying. He missed half the season. That was the season that LeBron was running center while Westbrook was running point.
Fair enough.
Again, Anthony Davis is overrated, and I can't believe you dare put him in front of Jokic.
Can I respond?
Yeah, Fair enough. Go ahead, Ishmael.
I think Jokic is a top 5 player. If you want to say he's not the best player in the league, I mean, you can make arguments. I think like 2 of his MVPs are he didn't deserve at least 2 of them because his team. I thought the MVP is supposed to be about an award that you're supposed to be give value to the best team in the league, and the reason why Jokic. Well, it has been like that historically. I thought that's what it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be about the most valuable player to the team. That's why Kobe was robbed in 06.
Right, and your team should contribute to winning.
No, you contribute to the winning of your team.
I don't think it should even be that. It should be the most valuable player in the league. It should be the player that's playing so great you can put him on any roster. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about based on how it's been awarded. If you look at how it's been awarded, like since the media has taken over, like you can't just give an MVP to unless it was Westbrook, of course. But consistently. It has not been given to players that just been the best player in the league, right? Because otherwise, like even Gilbert Arenas said this, like your selfish play, stacking up a bunch of stats and being that great does not mean you're that most valuable. It should be given because you're winning, right? So it's like Jokic has never been the Denver Nuggets has never been a number one team since he's won. Like at least you could say, or at least like this year is probably the year that they've been number one in the Western Conference. But even in the power rankings, they've never been number one. Like LeBron James has been number one. Jordan, a bunch of guys have been at least number one or close to number one. They haven't been close to number one. And that's why New World has a good argument saying like, oh, because even when he wins MVPs, he like the years he won MVP, he's never made it to the Western Conference Finals. That's crazy. And so a lot of MVP players, caliber players, have made it to that Western Conference Finals, and he didn't during his MVP years. So I think that the thing is like they're judging based off the fact that Jokic is an efficient player, that he only averages like 30-something minutes a game, less than players, and he's able to score really well. Like 26 points a game, and the fact that he's contributed on the offensive end so well, and because like a lot of the stat nerds when it comes to the calculator and the advanced metrics, he is the best when it comes to advanced metrics, and he is a very efficient basketball player. And when he goes in the playoffs and he's given more minutes, he's able to still excel that type of efficiency as a player, in which I could say like he's definitely top five. I don't like his game. I think it's boring, but he's a great player. In my personal opinion, he is great. Like he is definitely top five. He is MVP caliber, even though I don't think he deserved all those MVPs. He's still his contribution to his team makes him very, very great. And you can place him on different rosters, and he is well needed. So that's why I say like he is definitely top five. I could think it's argued in today's basketball. You have a plethora of players that can go number one. And so I can see why people say he's the best, but I don't see how Anthony Davis is better than him, how Jokic has been more valuable on the court the last few years, and Anthony Davis has been riddled with injuries. So that's my take on that.
Look, I'm gonna say this. That's a good take and all. I acknowledge that. But my thing is, if he's so valuable to his team and so efficient, all that shit, why can't he get his team out the second round when he got MVP, bro?
I just hope
he ain't got no fucking. He has no clutch playoff performances in his career, dog.
Why do you hold them to that?
Because that's the standard. That's the standard. If you're the best player, you're the best player. And look, in my view, if you're the best player, you need to come through in the playoffs. My bad, Johnny. What were you saying?
So you're really holding it against him because people rank him as the best player, not because you think he should be ranked somewhere in the top league. Just like John doesn't think he's the best player, so he just has him ranked second or third. But to put him seventh or to put Anthony Davis in front of him, that's just way too far. Just because people say he's the best player, that doesn't mean Anthony Davis is better. When has Anthony Davis even been an MVP?
Yeah, you hold him to that crazy standard. When has Anthony Davis done that?
I think AD played better than him in the playoffs this season.
Yeah, but that's a matchup situation.
That's facts though. Is that not facts? Did he not play better than
the Anthony Davis that refused to guard him?
What are you saying? He was guarding him. It's just you can't really do much against Jokic guarding him.
Listen, we broke down film, and they didn't put Anthony Davis on Joker till game 3.
They tried to make him. They tried to turn him into a roamer. They tried to turn him into a roamer.
No, because that's all he is a roamer. That's all he is a roamer. I keep telling y'all that that's all he is a roamer. He can't stop nobody. He's not.
I don't think that's all he is. I think that's what he maximized. I think that's his best. That's his best setting.
It could be bad strategy, right? Because everybody thinks Darvin Scam was a horrible coach, and maybe he didn't have a good strategy to help the Lakers play better defense on Joker. But at the end of the day, I've all seen this. All those centers go off on Anthony Davis, and even Rudy Gobert goes off on Anthony Davis, and Rudy Gobert is not even that type of a center. So at the end of the day,
that's a lie.
Rudy don't go off on nobody.
Rudy Gobert.
If it's Anthony Davis, he does.
Who goes off of Anthony Davis again?
He said Rudy Gobert.
Off on Anthony Davis.
He said everybody does. Who are these players?
Sabonis. Go look at the numbers. Sabonis goes off, Embiid goes off, Joker goes off. I said Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert plays better when he's playing against Anthony Davis, when Anthony Davis is guarding him. Because Anthony Davis does not stop nobody one-on-one. He's good at
that one
roaming
center
and protecting the rim and rebounding.
The Suns?
That's what he does.
Center?
DeAndre Ayton.
Man. Listen, man. They were talking. Anthony Davis refuses to play center. He refuses to guard the center. He does. But y'all like Anthony Davis so much. Y'all love Anthony Davis, so I'm not going to argue with you about that. Hold on, my mic is really messing up.
So wait, we're saying Ishmael Newell. We're saying that if someone wins an MVP, right, but they don't get their team to at least the Western Conference Finals, it's a failed season. Is that what we're saying?
No. I'm saying
No, it's not about MVP. It's about you're calling this man the best player, and he's not.
Hold on.
He
Let
is.
me answer. Let me
No,
say
he
You just said it
fucking
was
isn't.
about that.
no.
He's
let me
not.
say-
It's about your performance in the playoffs. I'm talking about, look, you gave this man an MVP. You gave James Harden an MVP. Did anybody consider James Harden the best player in the NBA?
No.
Okay.
So no, it's not about MVPs. It's about him
28
specifically.
No, but the
28,
MVP is
16,
for
and
the
10 on
regular
60% shooting?
season. Again, the
Oh,
MVP
okay,
is for
so
the regular season.
so I'm gonna look at Anthony
Hold
Davis
on.
and
Almost a
Rudy Gobert.
30-point triple double in the playoffs with a 60% shooting isn't the best player in the playoffs. Check yourself.
No, he lost in the second round. That shit don't matter.
So did
Empty
LeBron James in
stats.
2010 and his MVP year. What's your
He
point?
lost to the champion.
Bring the numbers,
No,
Brandon.
he lost in the semifinals.
He lost to the
All right,
champion
I'm gonna bring
we didn't.
the numbers up
in
for Rudy
2010.
and Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Who? He
All
lost.
right, all right,
He
all
lost to
right,
the
y'all.
fucking Celtics. They won the championship in 2009.
Oh yeah,
To the
you're
next
right.
8 finals. To the next
All
8
right,
finals.
so Rudy and Anthony Davis. The last game, there was 4 points for Anthony Davis and 18 for Rudy. I guess Anthony Davis didn't play. Then the next game after that, it was 33 points and 17 rebounds. Anthony Davis, 13 and 13 for Rudy Gobert. Next game, 31 and 8 for Anthony Davis, 15 and 13 for Rudy Gobert. Next game, 38 and 17 for Anthony Davis, 14 and 11 for Rudy Gobert.
Rudy scored
Next
50.
game was 38 and 5 for Anthony Davis, 22 and 14 for Rudy Gobert. 17 and 2 for Anthony Davis and 5 and 11 for Rudy Gobert. 42 and 12 for Anthony Davis, 16 and 13 for Rudy
Is this
Gobert.
on the Lakers?
26 and 6 for this is off the Lakers. 26 and 6 for Anthony Davis, 13 and 10 for Rudy Gobert. 21 and 7 for Anthony Davis, 8 and 9 for Rudy Gobert. All with the Lakers.
What is Rudy Gobert's average and all of that, Brandon? What was the average?
Getting cooked. That's his average.
We're talking about Anthony Davis stopping Rudy. We're not talking about Anthony
All
Davis
right.
going off. Anthony Davis got to go. Get him the ball in the right positions at all times. Y'all can't stop that shit. Anthony Davis doesn't even score the ball dribbling most of the time.
That goes against Ishmael Newell's argument, not mine.
What is Rudy Gobert?
I never said that.
Versus the Lakers?
No, that's not my. See, perfect. I said Jokic is definitely top 5. I was talking about. I think the media got it wrong giving him the MVP because.
False.
Well, hold on for a second. From my understanding, historically, the MVP was given to the best teams in the regular season, and they weren't the best teams.
That's not a rule, though, bro. That's not a rule. It should never be.
They have no consistency with their rules, but I thought
Nuggets were tied for the first seed out west in the tougher conference.
This year.
Oh, wait,
the other years he didn't. He wasn't. He didn't even win 50
they've
games.
never been consistent.
Rudy
They've never
Gobert,
been consistent.
Rudy Gobert, his first game against the Lakers,
right,
like Brandon wanted to say, he scored 15 points on 13 rebounds on 6 of 11 shooting from the field. The next game they played against the Lakers, he had 13 points and 13 rebounds, and he was 6 of 7 from the field. 6 of 7.
All tip-ins.
All dunks over AD, right?
Go ahead and talk about those 6 tip-ins and not Anthony Davis 30-plus points.
All right. So against
the
make me just feel like these guys are just posting up on AD and hitting fadeaway J's in his face. That's not happening.
He didn't play the Lakers in the third game. The fourth game against the Lakers, he had 18 points, 16 rebounds. He was 9 of 13 from the field. That's 69% versus your boy Anthony Davis, Mr. Great Defender, Anthony Davis, Master Anthony Davis.
That's like one game though out of 4.
Which game is this? Which game is this?
This is the Laker game versus Minnesota.
I think we should show some damn Anthony
Davis. It was
Davis
April 7th, 2024. He had 18 points, 16 rebounds on 9 of 13 shooting versus the Lakers. 36 minutes.
April 7th.
I want to see those buckets.
Okay, he had 13 and 13. What did Anthony Davis have?
We're not talking about Anthony Davis had. We're talking about
what Anthony Davis had 33 and 17.
That's not what I'm talking about. Brandon, I'm talking about when he has to stop these guys. He has to play against big men. The big men go off on him.
But Ajani, could you not
That's my
argue
point.
but Ajani, could you not argue that him having more of a offensive load could be the reason why he defensively can't be able to have the same level of impact he would if he was just focused on the defensive end?
Anthony Davis had more points, more rebounds, more blocks, more assists, more steals.
If I have to,
We're not talking about Anthony Davis
if I'm
versus Rudy Gobert. Like,
if I'm Anthony Davis and I'm told by if I'm Anthony Davis and I'm told by LeBron and the Lakers, hey, I need you to attack tonight. I don't have as much energy as I would if they just said, here, LeBron got it tonight. D'Angelo Russell got it tonight.
But AD don't got it. Never nights.
The dude has
AD
6
only got it. AD only got it because LeBron said, here, nigga, score. Here, nigga, score. The man scores based off of the offense. He isn't the offense.
Oh, I agree on the offensive end, but that still takes energy.
Brandon,
But
stop this insanity.
But that's still energy exerted, right?
He is a better offensive player than Rudy Gobert. I'm not arguing that. Anthony Davis is actually a good offensive player.
He's a better defender than Rudy Gobert.
33, 7 rebounds and 4 steals and 2 blocks, and you're trying to make like Rudy Gobert was a problem with 6 tip-ins.
Ask what Anthony Davis
had. Wait,
time out.
But Ajani, the same
Johnny,
way
you
you're
gotta
saying,
laugh at that.
but Ajani, the same way you but Ajani, you reducing Anthony Davis's
Davis bias.
You are basically saying Anthony Davis he's just getting lobs and tip-ins, right? Isn't that literally Rudy Gobert's? Isn't that the majority of Rudy Gobert's offense though? Like seriously.
Yeah, if you
95%.
If the GOAT was playing with Rudy Gobert, he goes up from 14 points per game to 18 points per game. That's what Anthony Davis
Okay. And with Anthony Davis, he goes
from 20 points per game to 25 points per game because he has the GOAT.
Dude, if you watch that Lakers Nuggets like series, AD was cooking. AD was hitting jumpers. He was hitting cloak shots. He was hitting all banner shots. Like he wasn't.
The only weak part about AD's offense is his 3-point shot. Like the man can still hit from anywhere else on the court.
Anthony Davis is averaging 30.
Not at like a efficient clip. I'd say it's probably below average, but it's much higher than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, exactly. Like for a center, he's still efficient.
Yeah.
Brandon, what game was that? What game was that you said that Anthony Davis had the 30-something points and the 2 blocks and the?
Hold on, I'm still beefing with you because you got him over Nikola Jokic.
Jokic can never be in my top 5. I'll just let you know.
Yeah, damn.
I'm a hater for real.
Yeah, okay. He admitted it. I respect it.
I'm a hater for real. Fuck that nigga.
You don't respect that.
He over here looking like trash against Team USA, and y'all calling that nigga the best player.
Wait.
I'll never accept that.
Anthony Davis had 33 points, 17 rebounds, 8
That's
assists,
December 30th.
Steals. Yeah, and 4 steals, 2 blocks, and he was a -6 in the box plus minus. He was.
So we understand. So LeBron is definitely still top 10. In the NBA, right?
Of course he is.
Minnesota best defensive game in this playoffs was game 2 against Denver, and Rudy didn't play that game.
Who I can say definitely who is better than LeBron is Giannis, Luka.
Wait, are we saying definite? We're saying definite, or we're saying like our opinion? Oh, definite. Okay.
From my opinion, who I definitely say in the top 5.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at this stats here. This 33 game here. If I'm correct, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets made outside from underneath the rim. Anthony Davis is doing nothing but tip-ins here. He has 2 baskets. He has 1 basket outside of the paint in general that he made the whole game. He only took 2 shots outside of the paint in this entire game.
Yeah, because he got Rudy guarding him.
Well, that means he's shitting on Rudy in the paint all game, man.
That's because Rudy has to stop the GOAT because the GOAT is getting to the rim and he dumps it off to Anthony Davis.
No, it wasn't.
I'll give him that.
Rudy is guarding Anthony Davis. He don't need to go on the outside. He can punish him.
No, Rudy got to guard everybody because he plays defense. He plays team.
Yeah, no, Rudy does have to stop everybody coming in the paint.
He should have stopped Anthony Davis.
He definitely couldn't stop AD though. That's for sure.
Is Shai Alexander better than LeBron?
Not since he's been on the Timberwolves. He has not had.
Nas was stopping more people than Gobert.
Is Shai Alexander better than LeBron James?
Who?
Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? Nas was the
I'm not taking Shy over LeBron. I mean, I'm really not taking anybody over LeBron, but it is what it is.
Is he better than LeBron?
Dallas beat Minnesota because of Rudy being on the floor.
I'm trying to see.
All they was doing was the 1-5 pick and roll, and they was hoping Rudy come up. That's the one play they did all game was the 1-5 pick and roll, so Rudy can come up. That's what they kept doing. That's the only play they ran.
And if Anthony Davis was good enough to get past Denver, that's exactly what they would have did against him, and we would have saw Anthony Davis get cooked just the same way Rudy Gobert got cooked versus Luka. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. No difference. That is Luka. That's Luka we're talking about. Everybody here has Luka in the top 3. Every last one of us. That's Luka.
That's true.
I guess the top 5 would be Giannis, Luka, Shai Alexander, Jokic. I said Giannis, Luka, Shai Alexander, Jokic,
Tatum.
Who else? No.
Okay, all right, Johnny.
Healthy will be in the top 5.
I got him in the top 5, but they said I'm biased. They said
Tatum is not better than LeBron.
They're saying you biased for having LeBron in the top 5?
No, I'm biased because I have Bron 6, so he's not.
Instead of Tatum, who would be? I'm trying to find Tatum's not better than LeBron.
To be quite honest with you, like all seriousness, it's really only Giannis, Jokic, Shea, Luka, and Embiid. That should be
Embiid. I forgot Embiid because he's always injured. Okay,
that's my exact top 5. Casual.
Say it again.
That's my exact top 5.
Okay, so then I guess the only people I see that's better than LeBron James possibly is AD.
Michael Jordan.
No.
Get out of here,
hold
bro.
on a second. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I said possibly.
Hold
on.
Oh my God, man, you guys gonna give me an aneurysm with this AD stuff. Man. Oh my God.
Such hate for AD. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you hate AD this much.
Let me see. I really
Johnny, we need to rewatch some series together because you are just capping.
Can somebody tell me what does healthy Embiid mean?
There's never been a healthy Embiid in the playoffs except for 2019.
I 20 games in a season.
Free throw merchant. That's what he is.
I
don't see nobody else.
Supposedly he's better than Shaq and Hakeem, though, right? These clowns in the chat would say that.
I would say LeBron is either number 6 or
I got him.
I have LeBron at 6.
Yeah, because I only can see like Kevin Durant or AD better than him. And I don't see Brunson. I don't see Tatum. I don't see Curry. I don't see Tyrese Maxey. I don't.
Oh no, obviously, obviously not. No.
So it's like
you said definitive. You said definitive. That's why I said it's really only. To be honest with you, it's only 5. It's only 5 that's definitively better.
Right.
It's only 5.
What's that? Go ahead. So give us your top 10. Give us your top 10. Go ahead.
My top 10. Well, my top 10 doesn't have LeBron like that in high regard.
Curry. Curry. I mean current players. We're talking about current NBA players.
Yeah, current. 10. Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. My top 10, like LeBron, is like 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
It's like between him. It's him, KD, and Curry.
That rounds off your top 10. All right.
That rounds out my top 10.
Right,
so my 10 is Giannis, Jokic, Luka, Joel Embiid, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry.
I don't.
No. Stephen Curry, and then Kevin Durant. I'm sorry.
Tatum is LeBron is a more efficient scorer than Tatum.
I don't disagree. On the offensive end, the problem when it comes to LeBron and Jason Tatum it's the defense that Jason Tatum is providing, and the offensive gap, especially as LeBron, as you can see, starts to become more reliant on his 3-point shot than attacking the rim. It starts to dwindle his impact.
He's a much better passer and facilitator.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
I got Jason Tatum in front of LeBron.
And to be fair, if like I said, the only definitive I have is my 5. Jason Tatum, and hell, even Anthony Davis, knowing how lackadaisical he can be on the offensive end, I have no problem if you say that LeBron's over them for those exact reasons. I just don't think it's that as that hurtful to the team as LeBron's lack of attention to detail on the defensive end at times, and even his lack of aggression to going towards the rim.
Then why is Luca top 3?
Why do you
Because Luka's offensive skill set is transcendent. Especially right now, he's peaking at like levels that, to be honest with you, y'all within the next coming months, y'all not gonna be happy with my channel because we finna be starting to push this Luka Doncic.
What is your channel, Casual?
Vanity Sports Debates.
All right.
Yes.
Why do you have Embiid?
Go ahead and check out Vanity Sports Debates. We actually going on there tonight.
Because it's potential to
yes,
be a
yes. Please make sure to go to Vanity Sports. I'm going to be interviewing my good friend now, Johnny. You know, it was a slight beef, you know, because of a video I came out with, but we come together.
It's a good video.
I appreciate it.
Casual, I expect to be an honored guest many times.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why do you have Embiid top 5 and not Kawhi?
Embiid. Oh, I don't have Kawhi there because I've given him enough opportunities to showcase that when healthy, he can be as impactful as he once was. And especially after this season, not only did I get confirmation that he just can never be healthy anymore for like a full, length season, but also his impact has dwindled to the point of where his defensive impact isn't as nearly felt as it once was. And even on the offensive end, you started to see he started to rely more on James Harden's creation than he did in past years, of where he could be able to create his own shot. He started to run to the spot without the ball rather than with the ball.
Thank you.
Kawhi, yeah. You do realize Kawhi played more games than Embiid.
Thank you.
No, and that's fine. But when you get to the postseason and you start to see that it waned on him in the long run, you start to then question how much far is he health-wise than Joel Embiid really? And then you start to gauge Embiid when on the floor, he's just undeniably more impactful than Kawhi.
My point is they're equals. They're both always in.
As far as healthier, absolutely. As far as skill set wise, nah.
Yeah, but I can see what he's saying about how Kawhi kind of lost a little bit of the,
I
the
get that, but
of what he would do even when he's healthier. Even with Kawhi being healthy now, he's still not the Kawhi like he said from like 6 years ago. And Embiid is still like that top player if he's completely healthy.
When he's healthy, it's just that when healthy is always added to him.
Just give me a period of time. When? I'm asking when. Give me a period of time. When is Embiid healthy?
I think durability should really factor in the top 5 discussions too.
I'm not arguing when health. I'm not saying that he showed that he can be. Well, he did show he could be fully healthy for the 21 season. And even this past season, even with him being on one leg and having half a face, he put forth his best postseason performance in a 6-game series against the New York Knicks, who actually had the proper team structure to be able to make it difficult for him, and yet he was able to do that. So it does lead to question. He even left me with like a suspenseful thought of like, damn, if he is healthy, what the fuck could he really do right now? Like, what could he really do? Whereas when it comes to Kawhi hasn't done that.
You're gonna always feel like that because he's always going to be hurt,
and that's fine. And and that's fine.
That's my only reason why he's.
Well, yeah, in 22.
And his health is a concern.
He's not in my top 10 for that same reason. If you didn't play,
that's absolutely. I've talked to people that don't even have Joel Embiid or Kawhi Leonard in the conversation, and up until this past year, had taken Anthony Davis out of the conversation completely for just being like ranked, just because they're not.
AD's the GOAT though,
so that's fine.
He's top 3 all time.
So who's better, AD or Bam?
I think Anthony Davis is. I think Anthony Davis is. I think offensively, Anthony Davis is, but it's closer than people want to admit. I was just about to I was going to tell you, I was going to save it for the interview, Johnny, but we did a ranking, I want to say probably 2 weeks ago, and I threw people for a loop because I had put Bam as like my 15th in my top 15. I actually think it's about time we start giving him his proper respect.
He's in my top 15. He's in my top
14 for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to that.
Top 15.
So listen,
that's not crazy from top 15.
Out of 153 votes on the GOAT James Kingdom chat line right now for the show, 66% of people say they have LeBron James as a top 10 current player in the league. So that's a good. That's a
as
good
they
thing
should. As they should.
He's definitely top 10.
The rest of the percentage of people who said no are delusional. They don't.
My only thing is well, if they don't have him in the top 10, I don't think it's that crazy, to be honest with you. The league is starting to get talented to a point, and like we also need to face this fact. LeBron, KD, Stephen Curry, they're starting to reach a point where these elder statesmen are starting to like run off into the sunset.
I mean, LeBron is doing things that no has done in the NBA still.
No, and
it's
that's
kind of hard to not put him top 10.
You can have him. You can argue that he's in the top 10, but you can also argue that players like Donovan Mitchell is starting to get to a point of where like their offensive production and even their defensive value is starting to increase to where that value is starting to be questioned. Anthony Davis on his team is starting to take on much more of a role on the defensive end of having to do a lot, and even on the offensive end of where you got to start asking those questions. Well, I know you don't like that, Johnny.
Yeah.
You got to start having that question. You know what I'm saying? You got to start having those conversations.
You talking about Donovan Mitchell was always injured?
Yeah. This thing that LeBron doesn't play defense is a little bit ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't. I don't think he plays. I don't think he doesn't. I don't think he doesn't play defense. I think his attention to detail because of what did I say in the video? Because of his physical starting to dwindle off. Like his athleticism isn't as dominant as it once was. So
Casual, let me give you my take, and I want to hear your opinion on this.
Well, let me just say this.
When it's time to play good defense.
It's not even. I don't even think it's that, Ajani. I think he's making the proper read. It's just physically he can't do it as quick as he once was. So when he's physically trying to act it out, it's too little, too late.
I mean, who is like constantly destroying LeBron or something? Like where is this at?
Nobody said he's
What is this attention to detail? Like where is he getting beat at all the time?
Yeah, people talk about LeBron like he's a complete defensive liability, but he's not.
I'm not saying that.
Like when?
I'm not saying that.
It's the running back. That's all they ever bring up. Look at him.
Right, it's that.
Back.
That's
like
that.
I said, that part of it, or it's sometimes where you see him just where he's catching his breath. You can tell he like he said, he's being distracted. He's looking at the play, and a man goes past him, and his man gets a cut to the basket.
Yeah,
LeBron,
it happens to everybody.
It's not to say he's a bad defender. It's just saying it's starting to happen.
His reaction is a little bit slower.
It's starting to happen a little more common.
Casual, check this out.
But that doesn't make him a bad defender.
What's good, family?
It doesn't make him a bad defender.
It doesn't. It does not make him a bad defender.
He's
Go ahead. What's up, bro?
Liability on defense.
Absolutely not.
You're absolutely right. So what I would say is like
a liability on defense.
Stop.
So what I would say is that so LeBron from like and I've always said this from like this is like directly tied to my rankings. So from like 2008 to 2018, you can objectively say that LeBron was top 1 to 5 all-time two-way player. And again, that obviously includes both ends of the court. He is objectively a top 10 scorer because he's one of only 10 players of all time to lead their team in scoring for 10 years at least at a 50% clip or better. He's one of only 10 players to do that. And his defensive blocks plus minus was always top 5 in the league from that time. And he led it in 2012 in like that entire perspective. And he's always been objectively an impactful defensive anchor for his team. By any measurement,
especially going into the postseason.
No, exactly. And so, and that's like postseason. And I think where this narrative comes that he's like actually like not playing defense is because he was so good from that perspective for those years that became the norm and the standard. But no one's ever actually played to the same consistency that he's had for like the last 4 or 5 years. Like it's just unheard of. Everyone who's played beyond like 17, 18, 19 years has been a shell of themselves. And LeBron is still very serviceable defensively, but he doesn't get credit because they're still expecting him to be elite.
I do agree. The whole narrative really has steered from the fact that the standard that he set, especially in his years in Miami, it sort of set a standard of where whenever he's not doing
that's going to have nothing to do with today.
I agree. Myself, when I'm talking about LeBron, I'm strictly holding him to the level that I would hold really anybody. I even hold Jason Tatum, any of the other wing defenders, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, I hold them to the same standard. I don't think Paul George or Kawhi Leonard have been the same defender that they were in prior franchises for some years now, but people still give them the cachet of being two-way players because they got that in Indiana or San Antonio or Toronto, and so they give them that tag. But truth be told, and for the Clippers, they haven't been that good defensively either. Otherwise, you would see it translate to the postseason. And so I'm holding everybody to the same standard. It's just when it comes to LeBron, whenever I say things like attention to detail, they're like, well, who's cooking them? And it's like, well, you don't have to get cooked for you to have lackadaisical moments on the defensive end, and it starts to become more common. If I call that out, it doesn't mean that he's bad defensively. It just means he's not the defender that he once was, and that loses the impact or the aura of his overall game. That's nothing wrong with that. He's 39 years old. He's supposed to start to fall off a little bit. It's actually amazing that he's still in the top 10 at this age.
Hold on, Casual. I'm still dropping like 20 and 10 in my local rec league, and I'm 41.
Hey, you know what? I think I saw you on the news. Yeah, I think I saw you on the news.
I was just saying, it's hard not to see. So
40% true shooting, I bet. So
I finished over 29%.
Yeah, but I think if I'm correct, I did the stats. I think his number, his rec league's true shooting overall is like 41. So he's like +2 true shooting. That's actually amazing.
At least the box plus minus is like 1. So,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, LeBron even at 39 is still a ridiculous defender. Like when he locks in, like he's one of the top 10 defenders in the league, in my opinion.
I agree. But
He's versatile.
can you
he
also
does a lot of things.
I agree. Can you guys also agree that he's not able to turn that on nearly as frequent as he once was?
Oh no, he can't do that for a whole 82 games. Like he can't do that.
Okay.
You're still trying to talk like LeBron James should be doing things that no one else has done on the defensive end, and there's not a lot of players who are doing what you expect.
He should though. He's the GOAT. Come on.
What?
Like you're saying that not this, he's not that because of his defense, because of certain moments in defense, he's not doing it. But this happens to everybody in the NBA.
He used to be able to do that.
Used to, but currently the players today are doing the same thing LeBron James is doing. Everyone is getting back door. It's just how the NBA is today. Everyone is getting
I agree. You can't use that same standard for LeBron because LeBron was like one of them dudes that was doing it night in, night out. Like they don't do that anymore in today's league.
And I agree. But at the same level, if I sit here and I tell you that players like Bam Adebayo is able to do that on a relatively consistent basis, players like Jason Tatum and even Jaylen Brown this season, if they weren't able to be consistent in one thing, because God knows it wasn't on the offensive end, they were able to be relatively consistent with attacking the passing lanes with a level of consistency. If I was able to tell you that a player like Anthony Davis was still able to be as versatile with a level of consistency because he had to, like those things shouldn't be refuted. Players like Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, hell, Rudy Gobert, they're able to be that impactful on a relatively consistent basis. Those things shouldn't be argued. And so when I'm telling you that LeBron isn't that consistent, it's not holding him to his own standard. It's saying compared to the players that are rising in both the defensive and offensive level, LeBron James is starting to fall to a level of where he's coming down to earth. That should not be refuted.
No, nobody's refuting that, but it's you would have to say LeBron is similar to like current two-way players, but a lot of the guys you named, they're defensive specialists.
Well, Anthony Edwards isn't.
Well, not Anthony Edwards, but some of the other guys like Jaden McDaniels and some of the other guys.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
right. Jason Tatum is a defensive specialist too.
Jason Tatum. I don't think Jason Tatum. Well, he looked like it during the postseason though.
The key thing is this. LeBron James has been an elite defender for over 10 years of his career.
Yes.
So just because he's not an elite defender right now has nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, he is an older guy. He's the oldest guy in the league. So at the end of the day, we know that he can't he can't muster everything like that. But that's fine. That's okay. We're going to get our last takes in. Paul, you was very patient. Shout out to Paul. Thank you for joining us. We were talking LeBron being top 10. Is LeBron in your top 10 current players? Give us your top 10 and your last takes. Please.
Yes, LeBron James is in the top 10. I would say the top 5 will be Jokic, Luka, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jaylen Brown should be on there also. I think Jaylen Brown, yeah, Jaylen Brown will be. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
All right. So that's your top 5. So where does LeBron fall at?
He's in the top 10. I would say number 6 through 8 probably Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
First all NBA.
Is LeBron 4 through 6?
No.
What?
Even name a bunch of players.
Probably 9. I'm going 9.
He got
if he says Jalen Brunson, we know what's going on here.
Okay, so after Shea, who's after Shea? Shea's 6. Who's 7th?
Shea's 6.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards is 7th. Then number 8.
Jalen Brunson.
Oh, Jalen Brunson, you said it. And then Bron's number 9, and then number 10.
Yeah. Number 10. Let me see.
AD.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis got me top 10. Yes, Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Somebody has. He's the first person I heard who had Jaylen Brown in top 5.
He's the Finals MVP. Y'all were just arguing how the Finals MVP means all.
I think so doesn't mean anything. Who cares?
He's a two-way player. He's a great two-way player. He's an elite on both sides of the ball. I keep telling y'all about Jaylen Brown.
Not top 5. You're not top 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't have him top 5.
Makes him a great player. He's not top 5. Jaylen Brown is everything y'all say he is, but he's not top 5.
That is a good list because you have LeBron in front of Anthony Davis, unlike some of these guys in here, and then you definitely got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in your top 10. So and you said he didn't say Mitchell, right? He didn't say Mitchell, but he did say Anthony Edwards. So that's a good job by you. Good job by you, Paul. So let's get our last takes here because we're going to get up out of here. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership. We go live every Sunday noon to talk about the GOAT conversation and basketball in general. Today's show is about LeBron being in the top 10 currently. And obviously USA smashed Serbia in the first matchup of the Olympics. They'll be back Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time to play against Sudan. So let's see what Sudan can do because obviously Serbia wasn't no challenge for them. John, what's your last take for the day, sir?
Team USA is looking like they playing up to their competition. Serbia is supposed to be one of the top teams in international play, and they've blown them out twice. And I just hope they're more consistent throughout this tournament. So I hope they don't play down to their competition.
Okay. Good job. All right, last take there, Travis?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who consistently comes on this channel as far as the panel goes, like Ochi, New World, Ismail, and everyone else. It's just refreshing to actually have people come in. They have takes that are logical and whatnot, as opposed to everyone who just sits in the comments all day. These guys are the guys why we do this. Love their takes, love their basketball acumen, and again, it just I feel like this is the channel that actually attracts those kind of people. And also, huge shout out to the Casual for coming with the fire. Well spat out takes. Can't wait to check out his channel and see where that goes. So, again, just awesome listening to you today, my guy.
I surely appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, Ochi takes. You can give us your top 10 and then your last final take before we get up out of here, brother.
My top 10 was pretty similar to everyone else's, except just like Giannis had 1 instead of Jokic. So like Giannis, Jokic, Luka. I think I got to put Shea and then LeBron. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I kind of just don't really care.
LeBron's the best player in the league.
LeBron's the best American.
No, he's the best player on Team USA, but he's not the best player in the league.
Captain America. That's exactly who he is. Captain America. All right. So let's get your last take in New World. What's your last take, brother?
Jokic isn't the best player in the league. He just proved that by getting blown out twice by USA, even though he's supposed to have one of the best teams in the international play right now. So, I'm gonna put that there. But, LeBron James being a top 10, arguably top 5 player, I know a lot of people probably don't agree with that, but, I think it's amazing, just to see that at this stage of his career. We're probably never going to see nothing like it. Honestly, even as a LeBron fan, I hope we do see something like this, even though I think LeBron is the GOAT, because I just think it's amazing to be able to watch this level of basketball for as long as possible, I guess. But, shout out to you guys on GJK. Love you guys. Love the show as always. Good show.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
All right,
man.
Ismael.
I actually have a question, kind of before I give my last take. Did anybody see in that USA game that commercial with LeBron James talking about winning is everything? It's like, yeah, he has a new commercial. It was, to me, it seemed kind of symbolic because in that commercial he said that even when you win, they still say you're not a winner but you have to keep winning. And so it's like it kind of made me think of that when people say that LeBron only has 4 rings and Jordan has 6. And then they say LeBron's still a loser. So I don't know, that commercial spoke a lot of volumes. But anyway, yeah, you guys, if you look that up, winning it, his commercial winning.
I saw it.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Look, I watched the game. LeBron is the best player on USA, the best all-around player on the team. Kevin Durant came out fire as the best scorer today. Incredibly efficient, but LeBron was clearly the best player. Incredible on the defensive end too. And so, yes, he's definitely top 10. I think he's going to even play better to even be back in the conversation of being a top 5 player when he plays with his son, next season and whatnot.
It doesn't matter. It's Biscayne and June.
That's
Say
right,
what?
bitches. Biscayne in June. That's when and where we celebrate our championship down here in Miami. Yeah,
I got you.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, he's just great, man. So it's a pleasure to watch him.
Bitches.
He's great, Ismail. We know your criteria. I respect it.
Monte.
Do y'all celebrate like everybody's championship over there or no? Because I heard when it comes, for Biscayne they just look for a reason to party.
Look, I'm a Lakers fan, so fuck Boston. But
They were mad.
It's Boston all day, New World. What are you talking about?
The Panthers, the Panthers won the championship, and they didn't actually do the parade in Miami. They did it in Fort Lauderdale. So, but again, we look for any reason to party, and it's going to be Biscayne in June because Jimmy Butler and Bam Monte Adebayo is about to show y'all why we the best. Let's go.
Wait, New World, you got the Chargers this year? Let's go.
Right, so casual.
Yes, sir.
Did Miami make playoffs?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and plug in your channel. Give us your last text so that we can get up out of here, brother, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please follow me at Vanity Sports Debates. We go live every Sunday. Backyard Blitz and the Hoopses podcast. We also drop videos every other week. We're going to be doing interviews starting with none other than the star of this channel, Mr. Ajani, along with B. Lee. I think he's supposed to be there as well. So we're gonna lock in on that, and we're gonna try to make as much content for you guys as possible. Tonight.
That'll be tonight, guys.
Yeah,
hey,
tonight.
Johnny, you didn't let us know.
Yeah, what the fuck, Johnny?
No. You got damn. Fuck y'all, man. Damn, man. I was off yesterday. Okay, I took the day off.
He went to sleep. I ain't mad at it.
You're supposed to tell us about every part of your day all the time,
right? Damn bastard.
What?
Anyway,
I'm gonna send you my itinerary so that you can know.
Thanks.
Where
yeah, but I originally got on here because of Johnny and Billy will be on my channel. I figured it would be rude of me not to join on you guys' channel and get the smoke. And then also I heard that New World said that Nikola Jokic is not better than Anthony Davis. So, but he said he's just hating. So my quorums have been fixed. But my top 10 is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and I think I said Kevin Durant. Devin Booker is 10th. But yeah.
All right, that works. That's a nice little.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has Steph in their top 10.
Over Tyler Hero? Bullshit.
I did. I have
Tyler
my top 10.
Tyler Hill's nuts.
I mean, I still got Steph in my top 10, but he just didn't do well this year.
Oh man.
Yeah, he did not do well this year.
I haven't said Tyler Hero in a long time, man. God, man. I used to love to say Tyler Hero. All right, so we're going to get up out of here. Any last words, Brandon?
No, guys, we all saw LeBron and KD take over, so hopefully we go and win this gold medal.
Yeah, that's facts. We got to win
It's a
this
wrap.
gold medal. Yeah, listen, y'all. It is the GOAT James Kingdom show here with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. As you guys know, we do big things here in GOAT James Kingdom. Thanks for everybody that joined the membership during today's show. Again, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership. It's only $4.99 to be a member of the channel. You spend more money buying a Whopper or a Big Mac. So just support us and what we do here, because we talk the game of basketball like none other. You see that we have so many great takes, so many different guys come up and they explain the game as they see it. So we respect everybody's eye test and we respect everybody's takes, as long as it's not too crazy. Obviously, nobody's as crazy as me. So you can come on this show and enjoy the show, and you can obviously join the platform what we do. But again, it is the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. We'll be back next Sunday, 12 Eastern time, to do the GOAT conversation like we do here. If you want to catch me one-on-one, I'll be available on Friday nights on the FYF Sports Debate channel and right here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. But of course, we'll be live tonight. Brandon and I will be going on Vanity Sports. So guys, check that out with the casual, and that platform there will be there tonight. It will be 8 p.m. Central, so that would be 9 p.m. Eastern for anybody who is interested in that. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is GOAT James Kingdom. And we're going to get up out of here. So peace and blessings, y'all. Enjoy y'all Sunday. If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.